Sige, siguro.
Yeah, that's fair, but Fly also won't be given the win condition as often.
Okay, so let Ame be the
Monkey King troll.
Be the Monkey King's trolls, yeah, and then for IG, it's more about their two positions. It's more about emo.
It's more about emo, definitely. And the next comparison should be emo and Nothing to Say. And when you look at these two, emo is definitely the one that, in my opinion, obviously has a bigger name, right?
Sure.
And is more experienced, has a higher skill ceiling, but Nothing to Say is 100% hungrier
and he's been consistent.
Consistent meta definitely fits his hero pool.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Nothing to Say. I think he's these two positions that are consistent is something that I think Chinese players need more often.
That Prophet, Void Spirit, everything in his hero pool, and here on position 3, JT versus Fate Beyond. Tell me, who did you like more so far?
You hyped up JT a lot before this event, and I was really excited. I haven't seen enough from JT yet. He hasn't been given opportunity. He hasn't been given his Timbersaw like at all.
They've been banning him.
They've been banning him heavily.
That's pretty much it. I asked him in the interview, JT, how do you feel about teams banning all your heroes? He's like, I'm happy. That's respect. Xingqiu and Kaka.
This one, yesterday, I would have said Xingqiu any day of the week. I would rather have Xingqiu on my team. But after seeing Kaka on his Phoenix and his Lion yesterday, which isn't the widest hero pool, especially compared to Xingqiu, I think that this is a close
Very
battle
close
between the fours.
I would actually even go a little bit in the other direction towards towards Xingqiu. I would go towards Xingqiu because I just feel Kaka is, well, not as inspiring as he used to be on that position 4. Let's put it that way.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD Mirana. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Monkey King.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Team back. Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Radiant's team back. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Lion.
Radiant team pick.
Double common.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Send.
Choose your hero.
Possibly Witchblade then.
Prepare for battle.
It's looking spicy.
I see for you a future full of death.
Thank you very much. Game number 1 between LGD and IG. I, for one, am so excited about this matchup. I'm a big Chinese Dota fan, and this is a matchup of 2 amazing teams in the region. The top 3 ranked players in the region, where you've got Fly at number 1, Emo at number 2, Ame at number 3. I mean, this is probably one of the best China matchups you're gonna see, and it's for a slot in the grand finals, Black. I would hope
30 seconds.
I don't know if you can be as excited as me, but I'm hoping that you're close to it. I would expect it.
I mean, you know me, I've been in China for a long time. I know pretty much all of these players. You know, I'm the sensei to some of these players, you know, kind of like Ip Man. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good matchup. Surprising to see LGD here, to be honest. Like at the beginning of the tournament, I did not think that they would be in the top 3, especially in that winner bracket final. I thought IG would be there, but they kind of reversed the roles from the DPC League. So we'll have to see if LGD can kind of continue their onslaught, or if IG found their magic back and is now back on track.
Yeah, we'll see if IG can, I guess, take out LGD. LGD, who barely made it into the event at all. I mean, they had such a underwhelming performance in the regional league, and now they're, you know, 1 series away from going to the grand finals. I mean, this has been a long road for LGD to get here. IG got here pretty comfortably after the regionals, and I think we were talking about it back when we were in Romania, how I had more confidence in LGD to get this far than I would have had Elephant getting this far. And I mean, they're really stepping up to the plate.
They are. They're also the only team that made it this far that came in from wildcards. So they played a total of, I don't know, like 30+-ish games, which is really helpful in the tournament as well, to kind of develop your own meta and be ahead in the tournament meta that also gets developed locally. And that's just one of the main reasons why they're this strong right now. Like, they really know what they're doing. As Lizard said, 100% full comfort zone. And we'll have to see if IG's unconventional, in quotation marks, drop is gonna win. Okay, why dropping on top lane?
Innocence. Yeah.
It was without level 2.
Really?
Yeah. They were both level 1. They just got impaled and God's Rebuke and died to it. Must have been a little out of position.
For sure, being a little bit out of position. And one of the things that I'm surprised about is just IG giving up the Monkey King. How many times are we going to watch LGD have a chance to put Ame on this Monkey King? Probably his most comfortable hero for the last, I would say maybe even just since the heroes come out. Just Monkey King has been his go-to.
You have to hype it a bit more. For the last decade, Monkey King has been his go-to hero. No, we all know what you mean. Like, he loves his hero. He kind of started this Battlefield trend also, I believe, which now everybody is picking up. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Monkey Kings.
Pulling forward, trying to freeze over Faithion. He's not going to freeze over. The shackles on a Fly won't lead to anything else. Faithion will try to heal up a little bit. And yeah, going back to your point about how he kind of developed the Battle Fury meta with this Monkey King, it was like during Season 1, I would say, of CDA DPC that he was really showing it off. So he's been running this kind of build, the Battle Fury Axe, for a little while now, and it's just kind of proven itself very strong, honestly. Icarus dive over, and a little bit of revenge there. Boundless strike to swipe the kill away. Ame's got himself one.
It's gonna be a good golden fusion for him. Looking for his Battle Fury once more, of course. And we'll have to see what this Emo Mirana can do. We have seen him in a really bad matchup before, Mirana against TA, and he won that matchup somehow. And even against DP, who I would favor slightly here, he's doing very well for himself once more.
Doing well at 16-3, keeping up with nothing to say. certainly proving why he's number 2 in the region. And you know, it's been exciting to watch Emo grow as a player. He used to go by half, and now his name is Emo. Like, it's just, you've seen him progress. Not only that, you've seen IG progress. They were having a good run before the last season kind of concluded in a way that probably nobody was excited about. And they were out of form and now back in form. And that's normally, for me at least, I would say on the back of Emo more than FlyFly. So it's exciting to see him in a matchup like this, where maybe it's not one that he should be winning, but he always makes a stand in.
Right. Nice courier stick here, by the way. In case you guys want to learn some advanced mechanics. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ollie has been in this team for over 2 years, is that right?
I think so, a long time. I mean, the team together has certainly, I would almost say, been together 2 years too.
That's insane, man. Like, to think he was in the team for that long. Crazy. Loyalty paying off finally. They qualified for the last year already. Unfortunately, COVID hit, so it didn't end up going, but they're on a good way of making it there again. Securing a top 3 finish already.
Invisibility.
Top 3 finish for both these teams is going to be massive. It's been spoken about on the panel multiple times, just about how difficult and how much depth there is in the region. So, you know, securing a top 3 at this point, especially after a first piece for IG, is a good feeling. Hex coming out with the burrow strike onto Ollie. FlyFly coming over to try and maybe get one in return. Feet is gonna proc, but well, FlyFly can't really output the damage to get a kill onto the shadow, onto the Sand King anyway.
You as AA expert, how do you like this AA last pick?
I like AA. I think it's, you know, one of those heroes that can make or break a fight. You have to be on it though. You know, those ice blasts have to hit. Not unlike mine that don't land at all.
I think I don't worry about it.
Burrow strike.
I just get caught without walking up.
They just
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Surprisingly,
Radiant
by
structures
that.
are
Because
fortified.
even if DP wasn't there, he would have been in deep trouble. Since he didn't morph up when Sand King stunned him. Put pressure here in the mid lane, impale the arrow, potentially kill him. Kill.
Got the arrow.
Radiant's
Should have the
bottom
kill here.
tower
Will
is under
finish off
attack.
GQ. And
Dire's middle tower is
again,
under
it's another thing the panel talked about.
Dire's
Fly on the
Radiant's
Morphling.
bottom
I
tower has
personally think Emo's the better Morphling player. FlyFly, he's played well on this Morphling before, from his times with Keen Gaming, his times with Serenity, but those were also times where I'd watch him like full shift Agi and die like
That's the only problem I have with his Morphling here. He is very hit or miss on the hero. Sometimes he owns incredibly hard. Nice cut on the tree. Here.
following that up with a spear, so a lot of time with the arrow. Really well done by JT.
That's just why he is considered the best player in China. JT is an absolute beast. Well done once more. Pretty much just setting up the kill on Monkey all by himself, without ult even.
Yeah, that's really well done. You can hold that ult. You don't have to really use much to get that kill. Stun locking him for so long. Once you cut that tree, use all that time you need to land the spear to land the arrow perfectly placed. Beat beyond the top lane. He's trying to defend against this, but there's not much defense he can really make out of it. They've got the Hex coming in from Kaka. Icarus dive over. That's on a JT as well as Emo. Strike not too far away, and he's stunned up once again. And this is going to be Fate Beyond going down. IG looking good as they take yet another in the top lane.
An arrow hit him even though he already borrowed struck, so it hit like his mirage, basically, but it still stunned the main hero. Interesting how that works. But yeah, Emo on this Mirana making it work once more. Sitting on top of the network, rotating everywhere, making a ton of space for his Morphling here.
And it's what I'm wondering about is if they're going to be able to continue to make this space for FlyFly. I expect the next Exorcism to be a push towards mid. However, IG, they're already setting up to kind of stop this. The arena's used, and that's going to catch GQ. They've got the cold feet, the spear, and a kill. Easy one. Line him up, knock him down, and he's got another.
Insane amount of damage here with AA versus Mars. Of course, AA doesn't really do much other than deal damage, but he deals a lot of it. Ice Vortex, cold feet. Ton of damage amplification.
first dive right on Kaka. He'll just try to TP out, and
he makes
in
it.
time.
The Phoenix not burning hard enough. He's still a baby Phoenix. To get some more levels up first before he becomes an adult Phoenix. Flame is gonna burn a lot brighter.
Easy shot.
Quite a bit of
Open it
stacks here though on the Dire side.
Yeah, they're gonna need that to kind of catch this Monkey King up. He's right there with Fly, but you want him to definitely be more towards the top and feeling a bit more comfortable. But both carries have really dealt with a little bit of pressure.
Definitely have. So far, it's the mid laners that are really
Dire's
shining.
courier
Both
has
sitting
been
at an
killed.
even network at the top. Fabian also struggled quite a bit, but he's gonna farm up all the stacks, bringing him very dangerously close to his Blink Dagger. And once that's up, Epicenter Borrow Strike is gonna be a huge asset to them.
These are two teams that really rely on their offlaners to be playmakers.
Yeah, they're very similar in that regard, aren't they? Both
Yeah.
JT and Fabian are really the guys that enable their teams usually.
Back when LGD were playing with that roster that had Chalice on it, he was more of a sacrificial offlaner. And, you know, now you've got two offlaners that are more consistent in lane, playmakers,
Radiant are scanning.
and you can definitely feel when they're not getting themselves the farm that they
Dire's
need to
middle
really
tower is
enable
under
themselves.
Yeah. Oh, good hacks here. Canceling the dive.
Stun to follow it up. They'll have a spear onto the lonesome tree that's in the river. God's Rebuke finish for JT. He's got yet another, now sitting 3-0-2, so he's on a killing spree.
Spoil that shot.
Making it look easy. Kaka on his most comfortable hero again. Lion. Maybe Shaman is more comfortable for him, but it's usually not on the cards or getting picked by the enemy team.
I'll take your tribute.
On the top of the net worth.
Going Linken's first. Do I like that?
Dire's
Not really, but I
structures
see a
are
lot of China
fortified.
morphs do this against these single target heavy disablers like Shadow Shaman, like Lion. It just makes sure they can't instantly hex you with a Blink Dagger or Ether Lens, so you get that chance to get the morph off. Can definitely sometimes
The prize
help
is
you
mine.
survive. Very costly item though to go as first item.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I worry about as a Morphling is, are you going to feel him when he's got that Linken's? Because he's going to need one or two more items to really make his presence felt, right? So if he's just got this Linken's, yes, he's surviving, but is that enough? Is just surviving enough to output enough damage to turn the tides of these fights?
Morphling is a special case because Linken's gives a lot of stats, and obviously you can just morph everything on Agi, gain additional damage. It just becomes a problem when you itemize into Linken's as well as BKB. If you have to build both items, that's really when you see that impact of that early Linken's, simply because you don't have the damage output anymore. I want to see an E-Blade or Manta style after that.
Strike comes in, that's going to land onto Emo. They've got Silence to follow it up. Fruit Swarm's there. Can they get the kill on the Marani? Moves up into the air. They've got 4 heroes here. Exorcism, Supernova. Committed leaps away! Emo!
Structures are fortified.
Oh my god, and they got Ame while all this is happening! Just leap away.
Dire's top tower
3
is
times.
under attack.
Yeah, press E button 3 times, no problem. However, they're gonna trade the mid tower. Shaman Watch down, Exorcism down. That's not what they were looking for though.
Radiant's middle
Losing
tower
Monkey
has
King on the
fallen.
top side as well. Emo would have been a
Dire's
massive kill,
bottom tower
but he
is
makes it out
under
on the skin of his teeth. Good help. Yeah, they kind of overlap the disables on the LGD side here.
Thinking about that ulti, and on top of that, they used a lot just to end up getting a tier 1 tower. Mid, Supernova, the Serpent Wards, Exorcism. I mean, you laid it all down. You threw the kitchen sink at them, and you didn't do the kill. You just got a tower. Yes, that opens up their side of the jungle, but that's not going to feel that great. Now they've got themselves the arena going. The Ice Blast coming in. The Euro sets it up, and look at that. Just hopped up into the air, into the wall as he gets hit by that Earth Spike and the spear. Nothing to say. Well, he's got
Dire's
nothing
middle tower
to say.
has fallen.
He dies and he's dead for 30.
Yeah, JT, not only a professional Dota player, but also a professional kebab maker. Hitting that spear right on the mark once more. Don't think he has missed a single one yet. For Shaman, be careful. If he gets
Radiant's
scored,
bottom tower is
Maybe
under
that as well.
attack.
Can they swipe his stack away? I mean, they definitely see it, so they know that Monkey King's going to want to be there. He doesn't even have a battle period yet, so it's a slow progression for the Monkey King right now.
Battle Fury definitely coming at a much slower timing than we're used to be seeing. But it will still come out 3 minutes 14, which is still decent. Get up the threats. And after that, this farm is going to accelerate. We'll have to see if he goes back for this Aghanim build again, or if he feels like he needs that maybe a little bit earlier this game.
Well, sometimes we'll see Ame go like BKB then back to the Axe, right? So if he feels like he's not comfortable with getting the Axe and taking that time to move around and farm like he's getting pressured, he'll go BKB back Axe, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to get Axe in this hero. It's just too good of an Axe to forego. It makes it very tanky and just puts a lot of passive damage to the battlefield, which is always a big problem for everybody to deal with.
Really felt a lot from the Mirana despite the farm. Obviously, we watched the Mirana get out, but I'm excited to see what Emo can do with this hero. When I originally saw it in the draft, I thought Kaka was going to play it because he's really good with this Mirana. There was a time where IG were picking Mirana and basically every game for him. He would land probably about 85% of his arrows. It was kind of disgusting to watch him do that, and that was back in like the early seasons of the Dota Pit China that were happening. There were 4 seasons during the off season for the DPC, and he was really the only guy in the region who was making that hero work. As you see a blink in, they've got the Ice Blast. Ame caught again. Ice Blast is going to land onto Ame. The first strike hits on it too. That's just maybe giving up Pantheon's life. Anchor comes through. They get a second. The land is still onto 2 more, but they do end up trading off Emo. They go into the Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to run, but they've got the vision. They're ready to go. The Exorcism running. Mars in trouble. Cold Feet in a spear will make sure that Nothing to Say is held back and will freeze over. They cannot chase this Mars, but they do find the Hex onto the Ancient Apparition as he's TPing out. So Ali, he's caught and he's killed.
Yeah, very interesting skill ability coming out from the DP. 4 levels of Silence, only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon, helping them to kill Emo off there, who of course has no way of dispelling their sounds yet. And yeah, it's not something I've ever seen before. Only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon.
Ooh,
Phoenix
now onto the Phoenix. Innocent's gonna try and Icarus dive away.
Easy escape though. Not enough damage coming out from the mask just yet, but he's looking to amp that up a little bit. BKB purchase, probably into an Desolator after. Emo, Kaka already with the Blink Dagger. Ame, be careful here.
He's in trouble, he's gonna die here. He's got the Earth Spike. He'll land the arrow? No, it's gonna be blocked. And still have the control and an Ice Blast. Ame dead again.
That is his second death consecutively. Just TP down there. We won't have a TP available. As soon as he respawns, JT is pushing on top lane. They're setting up for him though. If he shows, he's gonna die. JT
still want Ame to go for the Axe. I'm a little surprised that he had that queued up when he was over bottom. I just don't know if it's... I agree with you. I think he needs to go into the BKB.
I mean, Ame is one of those guys who's always insanely greedy, right? Like, he will go for the most greedy route every game. And of course, it's the Aghanim Scepter. And we'll see if it ends up working out for him. It looks quite rough right now. He's 1-4. I don't really see it getting any easier. Quite a while here. The IG pressure is going to start ramping up.
You can see that the pressure is ramping up because they feel free to just go into the triangle. There's no pressure on them to sneak in there or do anything. They're farming the Dire side.
Radiant's
and,
top tower
LGD really don't have any way to push them out of the triangle at the moment. They're down 4K, but they're still hoping that they could get Ame a little bit of farm. They don't really want to fight if they can 5v5 or really 5v4 if Ame is going to continue to farm.
Yeah, and Morphling going into that E-Blade, so he'll be ready to fight as soon as he has it. Honestly, he's already ready to fight. Like, he has a lot of damage simply because he's a Morphling. Emo looking very strong himself. And they're just scaling very nicely here on the IG side. Up to like 5k now. DP will have to deal a lot of damage. And he has to be so careful he doesn't get AA blasted.
The Ancient Apparition was a little bit of a curveball coming in the 5th pick. Just in my eyes when I, again, saw Kaka playing the Mirana, but they switched the Mirana to the 2. They go Ancient Apparition last, and we've seen how effective the AA has been. He got a pretty quick 6, and from there, Cold Feet's basically going off every time they have him together with the Mars. They've got cold feet into the spear, and they're also, you can see the communication because they're throwing the Ice Blast in anticipation for the
Radiant's
spear.
top tower is under attack.
A lot of trust coming out there.
Dire's middle tower
And you weren't
is
the
under
only one that
attack.
was expecting a support Mirana. LGD ended up banning quite a lot of mid heroes in the later portion there. Everybody got debated by them, including LGD.
Radiant's
way
top
back.
tower is under
We'll
attack.
see if they can, again,
Dire's
relying
bottom
on Ame
tower
to
is
get
under
this
attack.
farm. He's got the Ogre Axe, and I think that's
going
just
to
in
BKB.
case he rethinks it into the BKB, right?
Yeah, he's most definitely going into the BKB, otherwise he would be purchasing some other parts.
Radiant's top tower
And it makes
is
a lot of
under
sense.
attack.
Like, there's no way you're getting away with the Battle Fury axe build this game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Clash for a little while, but you can see IG just pushing down the tier 2 bottom, and they're going to smoke. They really want to find something. They know that they're ahead, and if they can shut down Ame continuously, they'll be real happy with this. They find themselves on it. They've got the arena, and again, there's the Ice Blast with the spear. They'll use the finger. They'll get the kill. The communication is so on point for IG
Radiant's
right now,
middle
and
tower is under
LGD
attack.
just look lost.
Look lost is the right thing to say. Like, they don't know at all about IG's movements. Ame is getting caught out time after time again, and they can't really find any pickoffs themselves, despite having Blink Dagger on the Sanking and not a pickoff.
Thank you.
Making it look easy. And that's the power
This
of
is why they were
Blink.
top of the league. Yeah. Doesn't get hexed, doesn't get caught. And
One eye.
Throw strike landing on the 2. This could
No damage.
be something nice for them, but they just don't get the kill on the Emo just yet. They've got themselves the spear that lands, and Beyond, he's in trouble, but they get the kill on the Emo. And Beyond gets the Burrow strike out onto the Mars. JT with the God's Rebuke will finish him off, but they've got the sides coming in for nothing to say. That will be 3 for both sides overall. Man, that is real well done by Fabian to get that to go down like that, as that will open up some space here for Ame, and that's really what they desperately need.
Yeah, into a very important core kills. They also managed to kill the Phoenix on the bot lane again, with the Morphling as well as Lion off screen. But yeah, that was exactly what LGD needed here. Now they're only down 5k, but this Morphling is getting pretty damn obese. Like, he's already finished his E-Blade.
These supports are not gonna be happy when he's got that.
Not only hordes. Look at the Sand King. Look at the even DP. Like, if he gets stunned into E-Blade combo, he's gone. Monkey King is gone. Nobody of them can tank it right now.
They're looking actually to ping out Roche, go that way. Moonlight Shadow into the pit. See if they commit to this. It looks like they will. Blink onto the high ground. Taka just checking if anybody's there with Moonlight Shadow. He would have been setting up to get a Hex as well as an Earth Spike. They have, you know, a lot of mobility here with the lead, the 2 Blink Daggers, the waveform. They can close the gap pretty quickly on IG. And LGD, they're not going to even try to contest this if they know it's happening. There's nothing that they can do right now, in my eyes, that would have them get away with it with Exorcism down, Epicenter gone, and just don't have enough to fight with.
Yeah, they just want to secure the BKB on Monkey King. After that, are they going to be strong enough to fight? Depends on whether Fabian can find a good initiation or not. If you can find some of those core targets, they can take a team fight, but it's going to be so difficult because the front line of IG is pretty scary now with that Morphling plus Mars, who is only 100 gold away from his BKB.
Feels like so much more.
Radiant's
It
bottom
does,
tower
but at the
is
same
under
time,
attack.
LGD, they have a lot of
Dire's top
damage
tower is
on
under
their side.
attack.
So if they really just take the proper fight, get the jump on the line or the Mirana, even maybe the AA, they will kill them really easily, and they do have the
Dire's
damage to
top
take on the
tower
Morphling
is
twice.
fallen.
Right. And we really haven't felt full presence of LGD, right? We haven't seen the big team fight with like a Wukong's and a Supernova coming through with a Burrow Strike, making sure they can't hit the egg. Like, we haven't seen it all mesh just yet for LGD. We've just felt IG kind of control the entirety of the map and get these pickoffs and slow down LGD.
Yeah, we haven't even really seen a team fight. It was mostly just pickoffs here from IG. Yeah, LGD's team fight should still be quite a bit better. They're just not getting the chance to fight.
Ame not even going to go for the Zags at all. He's actually switched over to the Scotty, and we'll see if that's the commitment he'll make. Do you like that over the Axe? Do you think just Axe is not even in the picture anymore?
It's just to tank up and to be able to somewhat counter the Morphling, because Scotty, of course, reduces the heal you get from that Morph ability.
Radiant are scanning.
So it does make sense. But yeah, like Aghanims on Monkey is still one of the best ones in the game, so at least for going it is interesting.
Smoke is going to try to move here. Burrow strike hits onto Ollie. They're going to get the silence out of two of these heroes. They're looking over the that version with the Sunray right on top of him, melting the ice of this AA. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll look over at Kaku, who lands a 2-man Earth Spike. His Exorcism used, and they've got the Moonlight Shadow trying to run, but the Balance Strike will be the finish. 2 kills there for LGD, and they come out clean. However, it's just the supports.
It is just the supports, but there was still quite a good golden fusion for LGD here. Well behind quite a bit.
Dire's
They had
middle
to
tower
expand
is under
Exorcism
attack.
again though. So now it's a good time for IG to look for a team fight here. With the newly picked up BKB on the Mars as well. He's in this rune. Sanking has to be a bit careful here. Has got the A on this though.
Well done to push him back towards the team. The A on this back will go off, and now Orbs into Sand King. The Burrow Strike comes out. Are they going to look for the Supernova? They will. So let's see. Do IG want to continue here, looking maybe for an epicenter? What stops it is the BKB lets JT leave, and IG will just back out.
Right, well, at least the air disc was popped, I guess. I don't know if he actually saw the air disc or not, because he committed Arena right away. Looked like he didn't really check for the items. But that is going to be on a cooldown for quite a while now, and they still have Epicenter available. Yeah, I haven't really seen the E-Pad combo yet either.
Are scanning.
No, not yet.
Radiant
Not yet at
structures
all.
are
And they still have, you know, a minute and a half with this Aegis to work with. Especially once he picked up that E-Blade, I thought he would just be going into overdrive in terms of aggression. But something here is really pulling on the reins, and he's not playing the way we've seen him play this Morphling for Fly in the past, when he's just been all-out aggression once he's that E-Blade.
And you know all about Magic. They were ahead 5k just like a minute ago. How is it only 3 or 2k now? What happened, B-Cup? What's the magic?
Losing a couple supports, not putting the pressure on LGD. They felt fine to farm, getting around the map a little. Whereas IG, I think they've been looking to kind of find a pickoff for the last few minutes.
Fortified.
Magic analysis work, maybe. What's next game?
Oh, he
He caught out again.
They've got the Ice Blast coming through. That's going to land onto GQ. They'll get the kill to the Shadow Shaman.
That was really close. If that hits on the Monkey,
Radiant's
he had not used the stick at the time. He was
attack.
only sitting at like 600 health. He is in actual danger of dying. Barely gets out of the AoE. He's out of life. King, very close to his Scotty now. One step up, it's gonna be pretty damn hard. Throw done.
Got the Hex, not in the right position. Sunray trying to keep him alive. And this is gonna pop once again. Full Strike Finger, Ice Blast coming in. Fly gets the kill on the face beyond. They'll take the same thing once again. And now Innocent's on the run, but the waveform, like I said, they can really cut down the gaps between them and these heroes. But now the Supernova going off, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pop this. They'll throw the spear. That land's on nothing to say. They'll get the kill to the Jet Bomb, and the Supernova's going to go off, and JT's going to be stunned up, locked down, and killed off. JT falls, Ollie to follow suit. GQ gets the kill. Those Supernovas are down, but the Earth Strike comes out from far by onto the Shadow Shaman. They've got themselves the Earth Spike to finish off GQ. They'll get yet another kill. The arrow will just miss Beyond. Back and forth we go as IG still a 4K lead. They're a little bit close. To be very careful about their positioning. However, I say that Mighty King Burrow Strike comes out from Beyond with BKB Popeye Ame. He'll go to the Wukong's command, but this is on nobody. He tries to put the circle out so they can maybe catch Morphling jumping in. They do get the kill on Akaka, but Morphling never commits.
That was a huge mistake, but nothing to say. He TP'd in, used Exorcism, but he didn't BKB. He just got Burrow struck by the Morphling who turned into the Sand King, and then got permanently disabled by the Lion, just resulting in his death. Exorcism was on for like 2 or 3 seconds. If he BKBs in time, I'm 100% sure this fight is going to go very differently for LGD here. But good recognition there from Fly to just immediately stun him, allowing Kaka to follow up on it.
That's the first Wukong's that
Arrow.
I think we've seen, and it just hasn't done much of anything. It really was zoning at that point. but I don't know if they're too upset about that. They did get a kill and kind of kept that fight even.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead is not increasing or decreasing, so very even fight indeed. Oh, Yules. Oh, so scary for the Shadow Shaman. If he just gets touched by the Morphling, he's gonna die.
Shadows take us.
White Shadow used once again. See if they can in here and get a pick off. LGD sitting out of sight, out of mind.
DD bottled here on the Mirana could be a big problem for LGD in the next fight because they never really focus him. He always sits in the back line, just right-clicking it away. With the Dragon Lance, of course, hitting from a very safe distance.
They're up inside the jungle, but they need to cross over mid if they want to fight, and it doesn't look like that's going to be what I can do.
Monkey King itemizing into the Aghanims now again. Once that Skadi was finished, as it's just too good of an Aghanim to pass up upon. Now that there's a Morphling in the game, also peek up. What did the ocean say to the beach?
What up? I don't know. How are you?
Nothing. It just waved.
Radiant's
Just like
middle tower
Morphling, you
is
get
under
it?
attack.
Morphling wave. So
I try to hold back the laughter, but it always gets through. The dad jokes work on me. You got it.
I got it. Thank you.
Double damage.
We saw the tier 2 tower top getting taken out. Morphling closing in on his
Dire's top tower
Skadi.
is under attack.
And he's just whacking the top tower. No one is there from LGD. They have a high ground watch, have to be careful. Lost half health on the top tower and forced everybody back. Good move from IG.
See how long that ward stays up on their high ground. I don't know if they even realize that that was placed. They are going to smoke up. Roche is up in 1:15.
Money changes.
OGD can find a good fight here. It might set them up to get the next Aegis. They're going to go Light Throw, Strike, Exorcism, all used. They've got the Shackles onto the Mirana. They'll catch Emo. Ame getting himself a killing spree. That's a big one to get. 65 seconds without the Mirana. Right as Emo respawns, Roche will be available.
Yeah. Good and fortunate timing here for IG and Roche doesn't respawn any faster.
And just blocked once again. They're going to get the Supernova off. Had a Burrow Strike, Atlas Strike missing as he waveforms away. Now Spear, that's a complete whiff with the BKB popping nothing to say. Going after Taka, the damage with the Exorcism running down this line. They pop the linkage, they've got the Hex on it. JT, they followed him up and they should be able to get the kill to the Mars. They will take out JT. Oh, just missing Ollie as he TPs out. 3 kills there for LGD.
After the ownage. Xingqiu here, jumping in on the Mirana, can't use his BKB because he gets instant Hex. Doing the same thing again to JT. And BKBs are useless if you get instantly hexed. This is exactly where Lion and Shadow Shaman are such good heroes right now. And teams are prioritizing them heavily. Roshan up in 5. JT is dead for 40.
The damage just onto Taka with the Sunray, the Exorcism all going off. The Hex, he said, as you see, got Xingqiu playing a little bit of the Cliff Teasy cosplay as he's up on the cliff and really, yeah, he took the high ground and he's got the shackle from a distance. He was happy with that.
We all know what the high ground does to you.
Illusion.
We're all avid Star Wars watchers, of course.
Except I was not the chosen one.
For me, you are.
So after the shanks once again, Ice Blast coming through, Yule's up into the air, the Ice Blast is going to land, they get a with BKB's being popped by Flyfly as well, nothing to say, and this will pop, we'll try to TP out, oh, going down right before the TP goes off. Emo gets the kill and nothing to say, and now both these heroes don't have buyback, and look at what's up, it's Roche.
Yep, and it's going to be a free one. Morphling has so much damage. They don't have Desolator, but they won't need it. Emo also right-clicking very hard, going for that mana break, talent on level 20. Also that DD room bomb left. And yeah, thanking no buyback, DP no buyback. Give it up. Aegis cheese. Hands of IG. Tough from now on out. Also going to the Skadi on the Mirana. At least Monkey King caught up very well, very nicely here to the Morphling, almost on par with him in farm.
Right.
Aghanim's now up, going to the Abyssal Blade.
that's set up to be a timing where LGD, they're the ones who were
Dire's middle
looking over
tower
at
has
Roche
fallen.
with presence, and it ends up being as well as
Under
Faith
attack.
Beyond, and that leads to them getting
Radiant
Aegis and now
structures
going onto the
are
high ground once again. Like, this
I
is
think they're gonna get
LGD.
one Rex at least. Like, they have 4 free Mirana, they hit so damn fast. Should be able to get one side here quite easily.
Yeah. 8 seconds though. We'll
Dire's
see if they
middle tower
stay.
has fallen.
Might get the tier 3 impact or
Radiant's
one
bottom
half.
tower
Oh, there's
We'll
smoke
see how long
behind.
they're willing to come up.
Dire's middle barracks.
Sunray
Easy
on
Rex,
him.
just
Oh,
leave.
Stun, as well as your spike onto the Sand King, and then we'll take the melee racks and back off.
Oh, Kaka! He's good. Ollie!
Radiant's
He's good.
bottom tower.
They're
has
just
fallen.
short of getting these heroes, but they got the balance strike, and that's going to be through onto Firefly, who will pop the BKB. They have no way to stop it, and he'll just TP out.
Oh, there was Exorcism popped. I didn't see that. Only 5 seconds remaining on that. After that, IG is going to be looking for another team fight. Army potentially be getting caught out here. So wait just in the nick of time.
And that, is
That was so
another
scary.
Exorcism not really looking that good for Nothing to Say.
Yeah, he kind of just forced it out. Like, there was no need to. IG was already retreating. Looked like they wanted to fight, but yeah. Sometimes you just get a little overexcited, you know? You don't want to give up that Rex. This might cost them 90 seconds without Exor. Big timing window for IG.
Radiant are scanning.
Good scan. Look at Morphling, 5,000 health, 6,000 health. Let's go.
Dire
Morphing
are
back down.
scanning.
4,000, 3,500, 3,000.
I love seeing those numbers dropping down.
Oh, they found the board, but they've got themselves the burrow strike. He's done it. He's got a lot of health to work with anymore, and he is gone for the first time. Only working with 2,200 health on that point, but they found themselves the arena as well. The picker, the hero strike, going to let out 2 of these heroes. They've got the Xbox popping over the end of the Sand King. They've got the Supernova popped. They'll get the kill on Ahmed. They take it to the Monkey King as well. The Phoenix, they'll look over at Faith Beyond. They've got themselves a third. 3 heroes down on the side of LGD. Just like that, they turned it around. They had the luxury of the Aegis, and they will use that luxury to get 3 kills and come out on top.
Yeah, IG scouted them very well with a scan. Morphling, I'm sure he didn't want to die. He ends up dying, doesn't matter. He has an Aegis, and all of IG are ready to punch back. Monkey didn't even get the chance to use his BKB. Permanently stunned. Now he's dead for 60. Might have to buyback here, otherwise they're gonna get a second side of Rex. No buyback on Sand King though. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight.
Looked like they were just getting themselves the Aegis and backing off, but the arena and the stun from Kaka just
Dire's
immediately
middle barracks are
onto
under
both
attack.
this Phoenix as well as the Sand King. Really well done. And it killed Ame instantly.
Wanna initiate your fly, secure position. Got him! But he walked up already.
On the board once again, Blue Staff back. Long arm. This might be the Exorcism that finally goes their way. They've got the Wukong's command down with the BKB pop by Ame, but he's able to wait for him away, TP out, and he is gone. Everything used by LGD again, including some buybacks, and they get nothing.
Yeah, 6.2k health by the way. Keep morphing it up. It just never ends, man. You think he's already at max? Nope, that's only half of what he's got. Yeah, as you said, they used everything.
Invisibility.
You have nothing for it. Even a Monkey King buyback as well.
Got a Hex now and Nothing to Say. That's another layer to control here for LGD, but it just has not been enough.
We'll see if this Hex is enough. Like, he's in danger of always getting blown up. Timo in position here with the Invis room.
There's the arena, and Ame has been caught by the air spike, but they've got the shackle coming through from Jinku. Icarus dive, trying to get back into the fight, but they've got the stun on Ame. They need to be careful. He just fought back. The damage coming in with the Starstorm is going to be able to survive this. They've got the Epicenter going for Faith Beyond. They're going to look over at Nemo. He's got the BKB running for a couple more seconds. The Aegis is popped on Nothing to Say, but they've got the stun now on the Mirana. Wait for it. They get the kill on the Jinku. They look over at the Supernova's going to pop right onto the Mirana, as well as this Morphling. They get that kill on Emo, and now Faith Beyond trying to close the gap. Firefly, Ali, both here. Link gets popped, but he's going to morph into the Sand King. Phaser onto the Sand King. Spear, it lands. They get the kill to Faith Beyond. The Aegis is going to be popped on the Lion. They look over, they land a second. They got the size. He's out of mana, out of time, on the running dead. Ame gets the kill on Akaka, and they will take out 2. It is back and forth once again. Ice Blast is in first place with that E-Blade. It will hit onto the Phoenix. We'll see if he shatters. Percentages, it's aiming towards him surviving.
The last tick.
It's
Okay,
fine.
it's fine. It's always so scary when it ticks down, but it is fine. It could have gone a lot worse for IG, admittedly. Like, JT, I feel like they kind of overlapped their stance in LGD. He should have been dead. Offling also used his BKB very prematurely. He was in trouble as well. But they do get out on all cores except the Mirana. Still a slight victory for LGD though.
LGD, that went from almost game over because they went on to Ame, almost caught him out. You gotta remember, he bought back, he would be dead forever, and the game would just be over.
It would have been, yeah. If Monkey dies now without buyback, he's actually going into the Aeon disc simply because of all the stuns coming out. It's not an item we ever see on Monkey, really. He's feeling real bad about his positioning here in teamfights. Too much range disables coming out from the ID side. And that's what Lion does to you, man. A lot of mental damage. You know, you get hexed before you BKB. You're gonna be like, ah, next time I'll BKB. You don't do it again, and then you just go Aeons.
And that's the thing, because we were talking about the gap closing that they have from IG, and you can see it with the blinks, the waveforms, and everything. And Ame even screens away, doesn't feel safe.
Are scanning.
Telescope, that'll be good for the Shadow Shaman. They want to put it on Shadow Shaman.
Yellow Cape on Morphling. One of the better items as well. Oh, they're falling for it. They didn't get unsmoked. They're kind of crumbling under the pressure. Oh, the good arrow!
Hits out of the Phoenix! Oh, they're gonna follow this up! They've got the Earthquake as well as the spear that's gonna land on the Phoenix. Can he get themselves a Supernova off? No, he can't. He does have buyback. They've got themselves an outpost right there, but they're gonna end up getting themselves a second. Shadow Shaman's gone for 85 seconds without buyback, and they're gonna use that Wukong's command, but it gets them nothing. They've got the Burrow Strike on the Holly. They'll look over the machine. They'll at least find one, but again, everything, the kitchen sink, the next door neighbor's entire house, it's all thrown from LGD, and all they get from it is just an ancient apparition. They were forced to buy back on the Phoenix, and now they're gonna over the line. They've got themselves a silence as well as the Hex. They caught themselves Kaka. They hit the Burrow Strike. They'll get the kill, and that's something to work with. Morphling trying to get out of here as LTV with the waveform Fly. He's gone. And Roche, it's soon, but I don't know if it's soon enough.
Unless it's an instant spawn, they'll have plenty of time here on IG to get their heroes respawned. So close again on the Mirana, man. He had like 100 health. Gets under the skin of his teeth again. It just feels like it's always so close. Just not quite there for LGD. I think they never can eke out this last little bit of damage before they get their BKBs and mobility items off.
Level 25 there for the Death Prophet. Levels, some of these heroes are lacking though for LG. They do have level 18, level 3 on the Supernova for the Phoenix, but he was never able to get it off to begin with. He was caught by the arrow. No chance he survives that.
Yeah, now the big one is really the level 25 Monkey King, but last team fight, this Wukong's was rendered quite ineffective. Oh, the Phoenix here.
Again caught, and they've got the arrows. It's going to go immediately to the Supernova, but they've got the right place. There's no way this goes off. Dead for 90. He's used Supernova.
No buyback. Very costly mistake here. Trying to take the outpost all by himself without buyback. And he was also the guy that used all his spells on an illusion escape illusion. Why? Definitely feeling the pressure here that IG is putting on them. Rana out once more.
Oh, they caught themselves Fabian. This could be another casualty. They get the kill on Fabian. He's going to buy back with the Aeon. This being proc on. Nothing to say. BKBs have gone off. They get the kill there on a GQ. 3 heroes got on the side of LGD, but they've got Sanky coming back in. Morphling, he's just out of here and onto the high ground. Looking for the Burrow Strike to hit onto Fabian. He won't land it. And again, nothing there for LGD. Exorcism and Wukong's on cooldown. They have no answers for IG. They will have Roche available in 45 seconds so they can get themselves another set of racks, and they can back off if they want it or go straight for Roche. The options are all available for them just when Roche spawns in 30 seconds.
Sorry, B-Cup, but I'm not feeling this Monkey King Aeon disc. They were in the Wukong's command for like about 5-6 seconds, but they just took no damage. He has no damage items at all. Like this Aeon disc sounds nice on paper maybe, but it really doesn't do a whole lot.
It feels like they just don't care about the Aeon. And when you see it on Nothing to Say too, his pops and they stick with him anyway.
And I'm just gonna say, as a nullifier out on the Mirana, so that Aeon disc purchase on any of these heroes is gonna be rendered quite ineffective. 3 Aeon discs, nullifier is gonna own all of them.
smoke again. LGD hoping to get to the pit in time. They might get there. The timings might work out. It's close. It's real close. That's an illusion. And
Arma's not even there.
He's not there, and the Aegis is going to go ahead of Wi-Fi once again. They look over, and Ali try to get a kill for the ancient effort. He's going to be dead for 65 seconds. We'll see if he buys back, and that's exactly what he's going to do. They get the Cone of Fate beyond the second sank for 105. Supernova again used, and that was to stop them maybe going up on the high ground and chasing this LGD team, but that's not a good feeling as these ults are on cooldown, and they're not a full team for 90 seconds.
It seemed like a huge miscommunication. They're all going to the pit. Monkey King going back to base to finish his MKB. And without the Monkey King, there's just no way in hell they can ever take a fight. No buyback here on the Sand King. This fight is going to be 4v5.
He sold the Aeon disc and he went right into the...
Oh, big spear!
Oh, the spear! It lands! Ame! Yeah, this might have been the right choice because you are gone, my friend! That's going to be Monkey King gone for 2 minutes. All they do is pop the Aegis. This is not looking good for LGD and looking so swell for IG. They will take out Jinku, take out Nothing to Say, 4 heroes gone. We expect the letters and narratives to wipe and a GG call. IG take game 1 over LGD.
Dyer's radiant.
Wow, that makes it look relatively easy. Like LGD had some signs of life here and there, but it always felt like IG is in control. Starting from that early game, JT completely dictating the pace of the game, as we used to be seeing from them, and IG is just looking...
bad for him at the end of DPC League after they
Dude,
took
I
that.
bet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, maybe that's not the real reason. Maybe they just wanted Morphling on mid lane and something different on safe. Sure, why not? But as a carry player, you don't feel very comfortable if you have a couple of bad performances and then the hero is taken away from you. However, 12-1, just
12-1 and 24 assists from the
Exactly.
Ancient Apparition. That's a high score line.
0-7-24. Yeah, that's a support
That's
life.
a support life. And how many Aeon discs did we end up with? It was the... I thought Monkey King got one. At
He
the
sold
end.
it.
Oh, he sold it. Okay,
He sold
yeah.
it.
So 3 Aeon discs. That is not a situation on your cores. Not even your supports. It
Yeah,
wasn't the
because-
Shaman and the Phoenix. It was your cores getting the discs.
Do you think Aeon Disc was a good choice for Monkey King to pick up? He
Nah,
did eventually
that was
end
like
up
a
selling
last-ditch effort kind of thing. The Sand King and the Death Prophet ones make sense, but like, what have you drafted yourself into if you need to get Aeon Disc that early on your 2 and 3 position?
You're playing versus many heroes that can blow you up instantly. You're playing versus E-Blade versus Lion, and E-Blade plus Lion is a scary thing. So they just went with trying to
all the chain stun. They
all
wanted
the
to be able
chain
to get one of them off. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we had 5 fantastic players on IG, but unfortunately, we can only pick one, and it's up to you guys.
Sumi, you've been lying to us actually.
I've been lying to you.
Yeah.
What have I done?
I'm heartbroken, actually disappointed a little bit. We can actually give MVP to more than one player.
But
It's true.
how do
I
you
did
have,
see that
how do you
yesterday.
have most valuable player if there's 2 most?
MVPs.
MVP.
Most valuable
Most valuable
players.
players.
Yeah, but who would you guys give it to? Emo just because of the Mirana's
Yeah.
mid, or JT, Mars, or Flyfly, Morphling? They've all had.
The whole team, man.
Let's give it to Flyfly.
Okay,
He's-
fine.
Okay, let's give our MVP to Flyfly.
Get his confidence back.
Kills 12. You know, one time I believe he died only one time this game. Not the greatest skill participation, but did what he had to do in a game such as this one. And the
Yeah.
matchup versus Monkey King, once Monkey King gets Skadi, isn't truly the easiest one. However, he performed to the standard that we expect from him after this Morphling being stolen away from his hands.
You heard this, IG. I don't know if you're watching this analysis post game, but if you review the VODs when your team is having their meeting post-event, just remember that Lizard has been campaigning for Flyfly to have that Morphling back. We will have more Dota 2, but first, a special message from our friend Tsunami.
I have a story for you guys. It's a bit of a poem, if you'll indulge me. There once was a gamer in Singapore who had some friends, but wanted more. Their strategies were strong, but something was wrong. They needed a support for their core. When they queued up online, matchmaking would hinder. Well, my friend, have you heard of Tinder? The platform is great. The sweepstakes I'll show. Just scan that QR code.
Snaps. I'm giving you the snaps right now.
Win some gold, win some merch from our partners at One Esports merch. Woo! Thanks to our partners for all of the love. The game ended before I could write the last verse.
Woo! Snaps. Alright, snaps for Tsunami. We will be back with more Game 2 of IG versus PSG.LGD after this break.
The same qualities it takes to be a world champion, it's the same qualities it requires to be a champion in esports. The belt for us signifies and pays homage to where we come from. One Esports is part of the One family, and we got our start in martial arts, and so we think having the teams go after a belt and raising that belt when they win, we think is massively appropriate.
When I start designing this belt, I start to think about what it represents, possibility that it provides to experience something out of this world.
这种感觉就是特别的另类吧，做出来那种非常惹人眼前一亮，感觉就像那种搏击比赛那种冠军腰带，非常的鼓舞人心吧，那种拿到冠军。
When champions lifted the belt that I designed, I always feel that I'm part of the celebration and in some degree part of their success.
for Mega Shopping Day. Shopee for Mega Shopping Day.
Shopee 4 for mega deals, free shipping every day. Shopee 4 for mega shopping day.
Shopee for Mega Shopping Day.
Shopee 4 for mega shopping day.
Shopee for mega deals, free shipping every day. Shopee 4 for Mega Shopping Day.
Get the best deals this Shopee 4 for Mega Shopping Day. Shopee.
This is not your grandfather's apprentice. The winner will receive the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work for me as my protege. You bombed, and you bombed.
I've fallen a million times, but I get back up and I fight, and that's what you guys will do.
This is the toughest apprentice in history. May the best warrior win.
We all have different adventure stories to tell. Different paths, different choices. I chose an unusual path, a choice that is not for everyone. You are constantly moving from place to place. You have to sacrifice a lot of time. You have to focus to be on top.
Ice does have 4 star for Valve. Oh, Ice, he's in trouble.
Every journey has ups and downs. All you need is to focus on your goal.
Just eating them all alive. GG is
We all have different adventure stories to tell, and mine is just getting started.
Pressure, rising on the edge of taking everything. Life is a game, I'm born to win it. See me burning through the atmosphere. I'm born to win. Your life is a game and I'm born to win. I'm born to win.
Invictus Gaming versus Paris Saint-Germain LGD. We are in the series that will determine who will take third place and who will move on to the grand finals. Here with me to talk about that today are Dota experts, Lizard and Tsunami. Well, Tsunami is both a Dota expert and the Swipe Master. Swipe Master Tsunami.
God help me, I love me some swiping. Love me finding some gaming strategies to exchange with you guys.
Friends who battle?
Friends who battle.
Friends with battle.
Friends with battles.
Between Invictus Gaming and Paris Saint-Germain LGD, the one esports fantasy pick'ems had the odds when it closed. It closed with 33% for IG, 67% for Paris Saint-Germain LGD, and IG is showing up and showing that those 67% of people wrong. But one other thing I want to point out is that you can still vote for who will win between Evil Geniuses and To Be Determined. But people are so confident in their votes that there are actually 13% of people who have already voted for TBD because they are likely expecting an update to whendideglastthrow.com.
Yeah, that's you know, some NA bias going on, obviously.
No, the 13%. Oh, you're saying the other 87%?
Yes, the other
is
87% is they're already voting.
They're just waiting.
I think you can't be biased to the best team in the entire game, Blizzard. There's no bias. It's pure statistical analysis at this point.
No, I'm kidding. I'm actually very happy that NA is finally winning something.
Well, they haven't won yet. They still
compliment.
have to play in grand finals.
It's a real compliment sandwich right there. Oh yeah, you know, it's good that NA's finally winning. So, they deserve it. It's been a while.
All right, correct predictor, Lizard. You said Invictus Gaming would take it last game. What do you think their strengths are coming into the series, and do you think they can bring that momentum into Game 2?
I don't feel that Invictus Gaming is a team that's much better than PSG.LGD on the international stage. I don't think that this team fares versus, let's say, Secret or EG any better than PSG.LGD would. However, in the region itself, I feel like they have their compatriots figured out. Like they pick heroes that are a little bit off meta. They pick heroes that are a little bit more inspiring, and they find different answers, different solutions, let's put it that way, to heroes that are being constantly picked and are full comfort zone for most of the region. So the Monkey King will be answered to, the
Shaman
Dead
got
Prophet
answered.
as well, Shaman as well. And if you watched PSG.LGD, if Troll and Monkey aren't in, they will try the MAPA. So I'm 100% certain that Invictus Gaming have a plan for that too.
All right, Tsunami, my companion in incorrectly picking PSG.LGD in the last game. What are the strengths that PSG.LGD bring to this series?
They got more than just those heroes. Let's see some Elder Titan. Why has Elder Titan not been showing up recently for LGD? They ban out the Phoenix. Good.
Dire team pick.
GD.
Talking to me, he's like, should they take the Troll? Maybe they will, but they still have that PA option as well.
If PSG.LGD were to take that Troll, how likely would it be?
5 seconds
onto
remaining.
something like Winter Wyvern that would
Oh,
work
yeah.
out very, very well.
That's right.
That's the thing, right? Tsunami, finding the solutions for these heroes that are constantly picked.
Wyvern was my favorite answer to Troll. I don't like any of the core answers that people are trying to go for. Like Wraith King we saw on occasion. I think the matchup is pretty even. Most of the matchups are even between all. I don't think that there's... You have some lane advantages between like Monkey and Ursa versus other melees. But like, come mid-game, late game, they are pretty neck and neck. It all comes down to like the supporting cast and the side cores.
IG securing position 4, stealing it away a little bit from Zinkyu as well. Can be a fight. And who could have guessed?
Who could have guessed?
Just shocked.
Appalled.
So since Tusk has been picked up as position 4, it's more likely that Puck will be in position 2 in the mid lane instead of being a support. Does that mean that they can pick up that Winter Wyvern?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they definitely could.
At what point would they want to do that, though?
Whenever. I mean, we may be overrating it. I saw it do really good in one game, and it was against like others. It was against a Mirana, and so I was like, oh no, you cold embrace someone and maybe set them up into an arrow.
I wouldn't mind Winter Wyvern at all, but there are some things that I disagree with Invictus Gaming's draft, perhaps. You know that they're going to pick the Troll on PSG.LGD. Tusk is a little bit difficult on position 4 on that lane. Tag team does not do as much versus the Ruling Axis, but overall Tusk is just an amazing hero, and you can't blame them at all for picking it. As well, the Winter Wyvern that you're talking about, I'm not sure if they're going to go in that direction, especially because they also banned out the Magnus. Because usually it's considered one of those heroes that deals with Magnus, but you have to ban it because of Puck. You can't lane there, you get demolished.
With the Void Spirit being banned for IG, that further secures
4. Like, it could be 4 Puck, 5 Tusk. The
Yeah.
possibilities are endless. It could be offlane as well.
Turn to pick.
But you can see the bans from PSG.LGD completely securing the Troll. Timber is one of the offlaners that can win against Troll. Razor, one of the cores that just makes him useless, and AA also one of the supports that makes have a hard game. So I believe they secured the Troll really, really well. Invictus Gaming, like I said earlier, they can sometimes find solutions that are out of the meta. Maybe we see
10
some
seconds remaining.
different style of a carry coming out for them. Maybe even
5
Death Weaver
seconds remaining.
or Fly.
Weaver, Morphling, I think, good. Yeah.
Pretty solid. Shadow Shaman obviously is a problem for anything that counts on mobility and elusiveness.
No problem last game.
Yep, that's true.
Invictus Gaming really eating into their reserve time for this.
They have to decide whether to pick a hero for JT and show their hand completely, or continue with position 5. Some Abaddon perhaps that we have seen work really, really well versus Shadow Shamans and Lions and all these heroes. Suddenly you don't have to buy A on this game. Okay, a different approach.
Gyrocopter. I know that we've had a lot of opinions about Gyrocopter throughout the week. Mainly that it wasn't as good as a carry, but played a lot as position 5. But the one Gyrocopter that carried pretty hard.
Neon's carry Gyrocopter didn't have any real support pairing. Just a straight up Gyrocopter, and it came online extremely quickly.
Yeah, and I even like it that way more, if you don't pair him with the Wisp.
Yes.
That combination.
Please.
The problem is that combination has been bad for a really long time. All the way back to when they nerfed IO and
giving the Scepter talent.
Taking the Scepter talent away. The lane was never too strong, and PSG.LGD, the Alchemist.
Nice.
Why is it this nice for you?
Because I think that the offlane Alchemist has not been figured out for China yet. I think these Alchemists who run into the jungle at like 7 minutes, if it's an offlane, which I'm pretty sure it should be off.
Because they have Mars.
Yeah, they have Mars, but I think they'll do like a niche type thing where they.
Remaining.
But yeah, it won't be carry because they have Troll, so it definitely is not a one.
What are the odds that they'll put the position 5 Troll that I've heard so much about?
Nah, very unlikely. That's a
Hanwell. Yeah. That's a Hanwell strat.
Yeah, that's not happening. What's happening here is they figured that this Mars versus Puck matchup is really good for Mars. They're gonna send him mid. He should have a good time. Alchemist should. I mean, we don't know how Alchemist will do on the offlane because we don't know what he's laning into.
It doesn't matter. He only needs to be there for like 6 minutes, and then he's like, all right.
But.
Whoa.
And this is a big but. Once he buys that eggs, who do you give it to?
Troll.
Troll?
Well, there's not really anything worth dispelling.
Yeah. I'm not really sold on the whole Troll eggs idea. It's not Jug eggs, it's not Gyro eggs,
it's not Monkey King eggs.
It's not Monkey King eggs, exactly.
It's not Void Spirit eggs.
It's nothing really. I mean, it's a good eggs in some games. Like yesterday, we had a very solid Troll eggs game.
Did it get nerfed at all, or did people just stop building it?
They just stopped building it.
So now people look at it as like, okay, I'm building the Scepter because I want the Dispel. But it also lowers the cooldown substantially, and you can farm pretty fast on Troll.
My problem is, I honestly don't like PSG.LGD's draft at all now with the Alchemist. I feel like they lack a hero that's going to do stuff on the map with this Mars. You have Shadow Shaman and Mars, you have Catch. Not necessarily enough damage to ever take down. No, you can take the Jug down if you manage to hex him and shackle and whatnot, but it just looks rough.
5 seconds
remaining. You want that? Oh wait, they need a 5.
Yeah, I feel like IG's draft is way more easier to execute at the moment.
IG banning out position 5 with that Oracle ban that no IO, no Oracle.
We have also seen Troll mid, by the way. Maybe this is an idea that I'm throwing out there. Troll mid, Alchemist safe lane, Mars off lane. That's also it also doesn't look great, but it's a possibility. Let's just leave it
10
there.
seconds remaining.
Like that.
No, I think that's pretty reasonable because the only thing is
5
so
seconds
you'll
remaining.
probably have much better carry potential with the Alchemist, but then it's Mars laning up against a Juggernaut, and gyro counter.
Yeah,
at this
it's
point?
support gyro.
Yeah, so
I would say
a gyro Juggernaut lane will eat a Mars alive.
Mm-hmm.
So who would that be? Would it be Lion?
Look,
Aghanims?
I like to experiment with some Elder Titan 5 that rushes Aghanims, and actually, I pretend that I'm a 5. I don't buy a single sentry. So
team pick.
here, maybe that's an option for them, but I might be proven wrong, but it's looking rough for PSG.LGD to close out this draft with an offlane alchemist.
I like the concept. The more I look at what you said, the shortcomings, they don't have anyone who can do anything early. I'm
10 seconds
with you
remaining.
with that. And there's no way that they can really no matter what, the 3 middle heroes,
5 seconds remaining.
probably the 3 cores, no matter how you set them up, none of them want to do anything early. And if they do want to do anything early like the Mars, they need someone to play with. Shaman's not going to get enough farm to play with them.
You know how we usually talk about the color schematics? I like the size, height schematic on PSG.LGD.
Like that bell curve.
Yeah.
PSG.LGD.
We need a small hero. So yeah, we need a tiny hero to match up with Shaman.
Yeah, Invictus Gaming closing it out with Nature's Prophet, something that's going to be very active. Not necessarily the best Nature's Prophet
they can
game.
deal with it easily. They got Acid Spray, they got God's Rebuke, they got Whirling Axes.
Yeah, but that...
10 seconds remaining.
Why would they pick Nature's Prophet into this?
Offlane itself with this Nature's Prophet with the Tusk should be fine, even versus the Whirling Axes, because the amount of damage that you deal.
Oh.
And you will be able to move across the map very easily and pressure the Alchemist while he's farming.
I kind of feel like it's a mid Nature's Prophet. Because if Puck is in the offlane, then you'll lane up against Troll.
I'm not sure. Mars was picked into the Puck, right? And they will put Mars mid for the Puck. I'm not sure that Nature's Prophet fares way better against him. We'll see. I've seen definitely Nature's Prophet on safe lane own a Mars, but that's a 2-on-2 scenario in which he has the long lane as well, and it's easier to play. With the treants, I mean, you just chase him out of the lane. Mid lane, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, you can get to your tower much
What
quicker.
options does LGD have left? Wisp banned, Oracle banned, Abaddon banned, Lion available, Phoenix banned, and those are Oli's. Sorry, wrong team.
Yeah, no, in
Elder
a sense,
Titan
yeah,
is in the pool.
Look,
Phoenix banned.
Sumi, they're very similar 5s. You weren't wrong by saying Oli, because they both play these Phoenixes, Oracles, Abaddons, Ancient Apparitions, Elder Titan. Called it.
Oh, it was obvious, right?
That BKB Aghanim Scepter.
Look, I was memeing when I said it. I hope they're not serious.
Nah, I mean, it's still perfect.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you very much. I too hope we get to see a game 3, but any outcome will be a nice one. I was looking at the stats before we started for me and Black. It's a JT Nature's Prophet that only has a 45% win rate all time for him in pro games, and then you've got there's 3 games played on Alchemist for Faith Beyond, 100% win rate. Must mean something, right, Black?
I'm not the biggest fan of statistics. In fact, I quite like to defy statistics and just break it.
Okay.
If you just break the 100% win rate now, you're gonna go to the grand final feeling really damn good.
30 seconds.
But yeah, personally, not the biggest fan of the Nature Prophet last pick. We've seen it in some other series as well, but it is last pick the Prophet, and it just doesn't seem to be super effective if you're already countered like he is. Like, they have so many good heroes against him. It will be a tough Nature's Prophet game for JT, and it's not a hero that really fits him either, I think. Like, he always plays these Marses, Timber Saws, tanky frontliners. Prophet's not one of them.
They're going to try and go in on the Alchemist already here. They've got the homing missile coming through. Kaka moving forward with the help of Fly. And they are right on top of the Alchemist. Fury doing a lot of damage. Getting back away. They've got the tag team blowing them up. They'll get the first blood. Ollie gets credit for that, but they lose. Why? It's not the trade you want to be making, and Kaka will deny himself to Roche. Oh dear, that is not how you want to start it. Yes, you get a kill out of the Alchemist, but you lose that Jug and feel nearly as good.
I mean, it was 4 heroes affected by the Titan Spirit, getting a total of like plus 80 damage, and just absolutely whacked them in the back of the head.
So we'll see how Fly does with the Jug. It's one of his comfort heroes, definitely one of the best. I think it's probably his highest percentage. It was like 68.5%. Emo was just about the same with his Puck. So, I mean, for them, these are comfort heroes. We've seen them on these heroes a lot before. I'm excited to see them here now. And you've got some interesting matchups for him with Mars over mid. Normally a hero you see off lane does make its move over to mid here and there. So actually over top again, Alchemist, Blade Fury right on top of him. Faith Beyond moving back, right clicks in from Ollie. Won't be enough. Faith Beyond survives for now.
Yeah, you have to be really careful here when you fight into that acid spray. Shadow Shaman hitting for 77 damage. Under that acid spray, of course, it gets amplified even more. Pretty strong combination.
Second highest base damage really popping in. We'll see if they can get something going in this top lane for LGD.
I quite love this mid matchup here from LGD. Only sitting at 2 CS on Emo, already 11 on Nothing to Say. It's hard to last hit as Puck against Mars. Every time a creep is low, you tackle the bulwark, the attack has a chance to hit you, so the creep don't get the last hit they need.
I couldn't help myself.
So right now just sitting 4-0, really struggling to find CS, and there's another deny for Nothing to Say. I know I brought it up in the first game, but these are a lot of the top 10 players in China. Nope. It's always interesting to see them in matchups that maybe they're not supposed to do well in and how they overcome that.
I mean, it's still RNG based, you know? 7 out of 10 hits will hit the Mars. If you're lucky, you get more last hits. If you get less last hits, it's all up to chance.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Fly doing an alright job here, 11-2, but top 3 on the CS, all on the side of LGD. And they've got the Shackle out onto this Gyro, who will survive, throw a Rocket Barrage back at Faith Beyond. Fly still standing in this acid spray, and you talked about it. It's just, you can feel those right clicks just chunking this Jug when he's standing in the...
He's sitting at 6 base armor, but it's -4 from the acid spray. So that puts it down to 2. Gyrocopter getting put down to 3. Huge amplification, and you have to respect that for sure. You gotta be absolutely careful when you approach these fights there.
Get up pretty hard. Gotta worry about that Elder Titan early on. All of a sudden, you don't expect
the briefcase on Kaka.
200.
One more hit.
Damage. He needs one more shot, but doesn't want to go under the tower.
So much damage.
seconds left. Read the cases and documents heard, man. They're going to charge up the stun. They've got the shackle in the acid spray, and they should have this kill on the fly, and they will. JQ gets credit for that one, and you know, they take the early Horton stun. They've gone 1-1-1 on the Alchemist, and it's the control that they need to take out this Jug, especially when Gyro's over towards mid.
At least he gets the rune on Emo top. 50-50 that. Still not a big
that invis.
fan of the mechanic. Like, there should always be another, at least dummy rune, refill the other bottle. That's how it is right now. Just gonna deal with it.
Oh. So like a blank rune.
Yeah, like something that just does nothing other than refill your bottle, something like that. But nothing to say, still not sitting very comfortably in the mid lane here.
A lot going on here for LGD at the moment. I'm trying to think what the deal will be with this Alchemist, but as I think about that over bottom, they're going on to JT. They should have the damage to get this kill. If the body blocks are enough, though, he won't have the range, and that's exactly what the Tusk does in blocking Ame.
Well played there. He also had a fair personal on the Managers Prophet as well. Wasn't really
Radiant's
in
middle
danger.
tower is under attack.
And it's a 2-2. No, it's not. The rebound is actually in favor of LGD. With that Alchemist, well done. All 3 cores of LGD now are sitting at the top 3 of the net worth. Early game going a lot better than last.
Oh, for sure. You've got Ame, who's having a lot better of a lane right now. He was 1-4 pretty early on in that first game on that monkey game. So now the question is, can he do much better than he did in the first one? And there's a low farm raise at the moment, and they'll get the kill on the JT. Innocence gets ready for that. They lose the true kill over him, but they've got the shackle as well. Here, that comes down. Monster Punk's nothing to say coming over, and we'll get the kill on Emo. And now they're looking for more. GQ surviving. Can he get out of this one? He goes onto the high ground, and they're going to run away. They can't go after the Shadow Shaman.
Fear in one.
Oh, dear. Fury just wants to land it on something that might have been chased. Still in a spot. Fear won't be enough. Gyro survives, but that is a good turnaround again for LGD. Prophet looking to trade Kaka over again, but he's rotated and now got nothing to show for it.
Massive early game here for LGD. They were up by 2k gold there for a split second. And the lanes are just going too well. Like this Nature's Prophet, as we predicted, is not doing very well at all. Like his lane was already tough from the draft, and he's really struggling against this troll here. Only sitting at level 4.
So low, and not only is the gold going to get out,
Dire's bottom tower is under
experience will
attack.
as well. Already a 2k lead here for LGD. So what's the game plan for the Alchemists? Because we see these Alchemists go with like a Void Spirit, where they're giving up, you know, Ags early on at about the 11-minute mark when they give it over to the Void Spirit, and give it over to like a Troll or something like that. What's the build as he's building an Ags? Like, what's the game plan? Is it just the same thing? Ags for my mid, Ags for my safe lane, and then utility items?
I gotta admit, Troll Axe this game is not very good. Doesn't anything at all, pretty much. Mass items, I've never seen it being gifted by an Alchemist. Like, I've seen it can deal a lot of damage once you get like this Desolator up and everything, but you need these items for it to be effective, you know? It's like not a game-breaking items in an early game. Not sure how impactful this Scepter will be on him.
Let's see. Working on going into... But he's gotten 3-1-1.
Radiant structures are
Ult at level
fortified.
6, so the gold not going up as quickly as, you know, maybe say
Radiant's
one
top
position
tower
out.
is under attack.
Something like that would go more into the Greeble. But we'll see how quickly he
Dire's
can get these
structures
assets.
are fortified.
Position here to try to defend the top tower. Again, also rotating in.
Moves over me, but they've also got the X towards top. They're going to try and follow this up with a stun. And coming over, they've got 2 heroes here with the homing missile going after the Alchemist. They don't get the kill over me while this is happening over towards top, and Wi-Fi will pull Fury away. Up bottom, Ame's got the kill on a JT, so fight happening in all 3 areas of the map, and they've got to kill on the Nature's Prophet. The other 2 battles end without victory.
JT's absolutely getting taken down here. He's going into an Orc, but he doesn't even have a single component yet. Minute 8 into the game. Usually, Prophets will finish their Orchid at like minute 10, 11. This one is looking more like a minute 14, 15 Orchid pace he's farming.
And that's not going to feel that great with the later the Orchid gets. There's more to really have its power spike feel just more like an okay power movement. It's really not a lot more than when you've got that early Orchid and you can TP around on the map and take out these supports and really snowball. The later it comes, the less likely it's going to feel like one of those big items that you have to get off the ground.
Are scanning.
JT blessed by Gaben, the first shovel resulting in a bounty rune, but big rotation bottom here from IG. No coil for 5 seconds yet.
And found themselves the Elder Titan, 4 heroes around him, so Innocence will fall to Emo.
ride on Nether Zephyr.
Not really worth it though, unless they get this power here as well. Q.
Alex putting up a fight on Fly in the top lane, really making him uncomfortable, and the farm is starting to accelerate. They just don't feel this out 1v1. They're going to bring over another one. They've got the Dream Coil down from Emo. He's still surviving rotations, and that's exactly what they're going to get. Combo look for the sweep, which won't land on either of these skills, but they brought Ame up towards the top lane, and they're going to go after this puck. So use the mana trance, the silence a little bit too late, not a lot of mana to work with. Taco drops another state. They've got the stun charged up, which will be avoided. However, Emo's still dead. 2 kills there for LGD, and they continue to roll.
IG's just looking really flustered. Like, Alchemist has 1600 health, he had ult online, Puck just TP's in at level 7, coils him, nobody have enough damage. Alchemist though, hold up in 3.
To this is where he wants to be. Can he survive it? They've got the Sprout, he'll use that ult, he'll try to run, but he's blocked in via the tree, and that is a big giveaway from Faith Beyond.
Waited a couple more seconds. Breaker Rage online, he will not die there. Got a little bit greedy. Gonna lose the bot tower and his life as a result, but they should be getting the mid tower very easily.
Yeah, they got this with a double damage. The Serpent Wards, Ame's here to show moral support as he stands to the side, never gets a hit on it, but you know, he's happy to pump up his team. Nothing to say.
Dyer's middle tower.
But a really good game at the moment, and Ame complete turnaround from game 1.
I'm taking predictions, Big Cup. Who's gonna get the axe? Is it just gonna be the troll for the stats boost?
It's the shaman.
Probable one.
There's
I mean, I would love to see that in shaman. I think it's just gonna go to the troll. What
it could be the Mars. I really think the Mars ags could be a big boost for Nothing to Say.
It could be, but you need damage items first for it to be worth it. And he doesn't have any. He's going to the jewels first. So it doesn't really make much sense.
So my vote's staying with Shaman.
Well, you're wrong. But that's fine. Makes me look smart.
That's what I'm here for.
Nature's Prophet now 1,000 all the way from his Orchid.
Starting to get there, but...
Yeah. They have no way to dispel it. So, they're going to be effective on the troll. Mars will have his jewels up in time. But the biggest problem here for JT is that even after he finishes Orchid, he'll be sitting at a good 1200 health only. He'll be taken down so easily by so many of those heroes on the Radiant side.
Okay, going Sanjin Yasha. That Battle Fury down. Alright, come on, Faith Beyond. He's right over mid.
You know it's not gonna happen.
Right there.
Up.
He's going. Tell me.
He's going to the left.
Hands up, chat.
Oh, maybe Elder Titan with the inbuilt BKB for free? He could be popping off on Y. He's going to the troll. Go away from the troll. And I mean,
you voted troll in the chat. Now. You were correct.
Sitting at 1900 health now. As I said, the whirling axes aren't super effective. But there's not much to dispel. Of course, you can't dispel your own silences, so... Yeah, just a stats boost. Making Ame feel a little bit more comfortable after the last game. Maybe you needed some, you know, pats on the back. He's like, Ame, you got this, come on.
Woo! We're here to support you. It's like when everybody gives their energy away for the Spirit Bomb for Goku.
Except energy, this time it's money.
Are scanning.
Yeah.
Dyer's structures
They're gonna go bottom with this smoke. Catch themselves out.
F and check.
Snowball coming through, and they're gonna leave the Omni Slash go on the get the kill. The turnaround does not have anything to show for this. They'll at least get the gyro. One more shot needed, and he'll finish him off. Ollie dead. Kaka with the TP out. Dream Coil committed. It's only a 1-for-1. However, 5K lead still sitting pretty for LGD.
Radiant's top tower.
Good rotation. They lose the Alchemist. Traded for a gyro copter. Not the best trade, of course, for IG, but there was still a lot of wasted time for the Dire side because Juggernaut was part of that fight. Finished this Battle Fury now, so his farm is gonna skyrocket. But of course, Troll doubling the net worth because Alchemist.
Dire's bottom tower.
The net worth grabs always looks so dumb when there's an Alchemist. Kind of ridiculous.
Especially when you see the Alc who's now behind the Shadow Shop. Man, Beyond just not farming.
Yeah, Faith Beyond just like having a horrendous game. I don't know what he's doing.
Now he's got that level 4 Greeble Screed though. And do you like this? Because sometimes you'll see Alc, Ags, mid, safe lane. There you go. There are your presents. But instead, just the Ags to the Troll and going right into the.
I like it a lot because, as I said, this Mars Aghanims doesn't feel very strong at all until he has like 2 or 3 items. So of sense, just itemize Solar Quest, Blink Dagger after.
White Fury on the high ground. Needs to be careful and
Radiant's
want the
middle
bounty
tower
for a second.
is
That's the
under
only way
attack.
he's able to check it. So if he just didn't get away in time, that could have been a problem.
3 bounty runes for Radiant. JT has Orchid. Be careful though.
So 15 minutes on that Orchid. Not the best timing, and now you wonder, are you going to even feel that Orchid for the most part on it? They're going to go to Snowball, they've got the call down here, Snowball lands, Waller punches here, he's not dead yet, Homer this will coming in, he's dropping the Serpent Lord, the Dream Coil now gets committed. Honors return this, go after Kaka, has the damage to get the kill, he's dominating, it ends up being a 1-for-1, but a lot dropped there for IG.
This Troll Waller is, once again, just like in last game, absolutely obese. Like, what do you do about him? Sitting at 40k net worth at minute 16. That's almost 1,000 GTM. Of course, a little bit of inflated shit, you know, inflated stonks. But what do you do? Like, he's gonna have a St. Joshua soon. He's gonna be sitting at 2.3k health. Where's your damage gonna come from to kill him?
They don't really have it right now. Stonks are rising for the Troll. He likes the stonk, and we'll see if he can maintain this lead. It shouldn't be too difficult right now, given the space that he's given. To see when they're really looking to just go off the rails here. I can sense it being like the Solar Crest, a big marker for them, because that will certainly help LGD just take out the heroes quickly, or even just go for like Roche.
Yeah, I mean, LGD is definitely in driver's seat right now. Huck, Blink Dagger going in bottom.
Got the silence down on the Shadow Shaman. Works it enough, so he's not dead just yet. They've got the arena as well. The steel that's going to land on Ollie. They get the shards, though. It's not enough. It does put them away from this puck. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll look over at Kaka, trying to get a second with the Dream Coil placed down. Should get 2. God's Rebuke, nothing to say. That finishes off the Tusk.
Ninderbox without Ame. He is continuing to farm, get the top tower. Now taking middle to defend his own. Filthy rich.
Yeah.
Going for his BKB next. Fly. Be careful, Troll can output a lot of damage here.
This isn't over.
Wait here.
No Basher.
Still a decent chunk of damage, but no Basher, no way to stop that.
Travel efficiency. Ame. Digging. Wow, he got an item! Wow, I'm laughing at him, but he gets a Ring of Akrona from the little kobold.
That's
what are the chances? That is so lucky. Wow. Okay. Alright, but buy a lottery ticket right after this final, Ame.
He's got the efficiency, he's got the luck. Now the question is, secure the win. 18 minutes in, 6k lead for LGD. Things going all Millhouse for them at the moment. Got Alku's really close to the Solar Crest, so LGD, I would expect they're looking to roll.
Radiant's middle tower is under
looking to roll the Roshan, right?
Yeah. I mean, that could be the push of the snowball that goes down the cliff. But we'll see.
They do have a courier in there, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Could be the melting sunshine for that snowball, but probably
Radiant's
they're
middle
not even
tower
looking
has
to go
fallen.
to the road pit at all. At least they get the mid tower, you know, inflation price. Troll. 60k net worth. It's the boot. Let's go. 2.5k health. What do you need? It's the ping in the front line, and they're all like, okay, Ame, sorry, dude. I know we made the angle last game.
They don't like to deal with it. Looking over to try and kill the Shadow Shaman. Orchid Burn should be enough. G2 drops. Continue to make Shadow Shaman's life a little difficult as they drop down the arena, but they don't catch the Jug. And with the Shadow Amulet, Ollie is avoiding.
Yeah, we all know what kind of shoes ninjas wear.
I'm not sure.
No. We don't have to do that again. Everybody knows at this point. That's what I'm here for. I'm educating. Troll sitting at 36 armor, by the way, at minute 19. Be intense. Kaka, if there's a root, he's dead.
Chase.
No root.
No root, but gets the snowball out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, really gonna enjoy using that Solar Crest. What do you think is next here for Faithion?
Just Blink Dagger and Shard probably. Yep, it's both clear up. Shard is just a massive support.
X coming out, and Radiant's to get the stun to follow this up. They'll hold it as long as they can. Earth Splitter not even going to be needed. Or, well, actually, it gets the kill. Never mind. Perfect time. Right on the edge.
To say, gets picked off on the other side. So both mid laners going down. Got it.
Dire's bottom tower
was a really well-trained kill for LGD.
Structures are fortified.
This action for the Earth Splitter. Earth Splitter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ton of damage, yeah. I don't know. Alchemist is just gonna be giving steroids to this troll even more with an axe shot. How much health region is it? 40? 50 attack speed. It's gonna be an absolute monster. BKB now also completed on him. Once he gets up his basher, there's gonna be no stopping him.
Dire's bottom tower
So it looks like he's gonna try and finish the dagger first and then go to the shard as he's holding that gold.
Yeah, he just wants to be able to initiate. His Shadow Shaman is still quite far away from a Blink Dagger. And at least his Mars has one, so follow up on that. The Alchemist is suddenly pretty damn rich once more. And Puck fell off pretty damn hard. He's going into the Dagon, but he has no defensive item whatsoever. Blink into Dagon. Very squishy Puck.
Faithion gave up in Ags and was sitting low on the net worth, but now he's ahead of the Puck once again.
Yeah, that's the power of Alchemist.
His farm is on
Make
fire.
gold out of nothing. How does it even happen? Long range. Oh, he gets it.
For Fly, but no Blade Fury, and the Blade Fury, I don't know if they were expecting it not to last long enough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's turret has been killed.
Oh, Ollie again. Under the shadow of the Shadow Amulet.
Dire's middle tower is under
Got the size reveals the spear that lands on the Puck. So they've got the Hex to follow it up. Emo dead again. Another kill here for the side of LGD, up 8k.
And it's not the easiest to set up a spear on a Yule target. Well done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And resulting in a free mid tower. Ame, 8,000 net worth ahead of the Juggernaut. It's getting kind of silly at this
disgusting.
Point. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I don't know how to kill this troll.
Radiant's top
2.6k
tower is under
health,
attack.
37 armor or something silly like that. Absolutely ridiculous.
It really is. And they've got the Hex this time onto the Gyro. Get that Shadow Amulet off this time, but the Snowball will help him for a second. Call down Chew. He's bitten off more than he can chew. They get the kill onto the Shadow Shaman, though chase after the Gyrocopter, acid spray down, and they end up trading 1-for-1. I don't know if he was expecting that help there from Kaka, but it does result in a trade, and JT slowed up, but Ame not put the pressure on this team. Just profit.
One special completed. It's 800 gold for that. One steps up. Coil.
Snowball in with the Walrus Punch. Rolls into the air. He's coming in. Ame coming over, gets the slow, they hit the spear that's on Akaka, they'll get the kill onto the tusk, they'll look over. Emo, fake shift with the illusory orb out, as well as the blink to get
Radiant's
far
top
away
tower
from the
is
side of
under
LGD
attack.
and make sure that he doesn't get caught once again.
They don't even have damage to kill the Mars. Like, how are they ever going to touch the scrolls? They can't even kill the Mars, who's only sitting at 1900. And just perfectly picked up. He gets heads immediately. Wow!
He's caught. They've got the Serpent Wards down. They've got the Shackle, and they should be able to get the damage, but he pops the BKB. Do they have it? Wow! He's out! Shinku again pays for it with his life.
Sneak attack.
Catch a point.
Time to fight.
Yeah, and just missed TP out. Oh, but just keeping out. They were so close.
Radiant's top
30
tower
health
is under attack.
on the Nature's Prophet.
God.
One more snake hit, he would have dead. But it's just not enough for Xingqiu. Can't catch a break, as you said. But still, Alchemist and Troll and Mars also farming up the storm.
Goes into the air, gyro caught again, Gaza hits, and he's right on the wall. The snowball, not in time for Kaka to put himself in the arena. So he's locked down as a contender in the arena, and he will lose his bout to Ahmed.
Agent K here. That snowball was never gonna save your gyro, and you just completed your own life for nothing, pretty much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That is giving up a second when you don't need to. A little bit of save your friends syndrome going on right there.
Yeah, can't really be giving away these kills when you're already so far behind. 12k behind now. This troll is just getting more and more ridiculous.
Radiant's
So
top tower
Mars is going
under
for the
attack.
Deso, and I think that we see that Faithion's also holding his gold. He's got the shard queued up, he's got 3k, so if Mars goes for the Deso, I can see Alk just giving over the act.
Definitely. But Alk will probably farm 2 Aghanim Scepters until he farms his Desolator on that Mars, so maybe we still see the shard come out, maybe he'll just go onto the Aghanims right away. And all IG can do now is cut waves. Emo is doing it bottom, Prophet is doing it top. I don't know how IG is ever gonna take a team fight here. Tusk, Gyrocopter, they offer nothing in a team fight pretty much.
They haven't really wanted to fight
Dire
5v5
are
yet. They're
scanning.
just looking for pickoffs, and there hasn't
Radiant's
really been the
top
full
tower is
skirmish
under
yet
attack.
for them. Hoping that Jug can maybe get something together to fight with them, or, well, really the team. It's not been too great for them thus far behind us so much. They're going to try this time. They've got themselves the Dream Coil and the Walrus Punch to finish off Innocence. Again, it's just a 1 for. That's all they'll get, they'll back away. When you're getting these
Radiant's top
supports and you're
tower
letting
is
out continue to farm, well, really you're letting all 3 cores from LGD farm. You're falling further and further behind very quickly.
The scary prospect for sure. Only 900 gold away from his Abyssal Blade on the Troll. Anybody he jumps on is going to be at his mercy. He's going to chew through them so quickly. This is one hungry Troll, and he's going to be eating them all up soon. Attack on Troll, my friend. It's gonna be one hell of a show. What
yeah,
Titan
when it
is
finishes.
he? Colossal Titan?
He's-
Nah, he's the Attack Titan.
Yeah, yeah. AC,
attack
okay,
armor
AC
Titan.
for Alchemist.
Well, he already has it? No, he's queuing it up. He almost has it.
Yeah. Basically. He's got it. He's really just being a friend for his team. A friend for his troll. Once he gets that shard, too. They're gonna blink in. They've got the Walrus Punch as well as the Dream Coil. They should be able to get the kill on a Faith Beyond. Work it there. Nothing he can do. The Circle Wards, the turns around. He's in the Acid Spray. They've got the Spear. They'll get the kill on the JT. They'll work over the Soup Lands onto Kaka. They hit him with God's Rebuke. The Essence Ring. He's trying to survive, but he's got nowhere to go. And a double kill for nothing to say. As Ame focuses his attention onto Ali, who will take out a third.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the rundown of the rest of this game real quick. 90 seconds until Roche spawns. LGD takes the Roshan. They're gonna have AC up on Alchemist. They're gonna go high ground. IG will try to fight back. They won't be able to. Slash.
Swift Slash for now. BKB pop by nothing to say. Duels into the air. Can he get ooh, Hex? This should lead to a sleep. They might be able to land more and lock him down with the spear. First Splitter comes in. Illusory Orb over the bow. Is he going to jump to it? No, he won't. They'll just back off. They've got the Healing Ward, so not much other Titans can do. They look for the sleep. Oh, boy. And close to catching these heroes. Innocence doing so much right now.
Boy. Roshan up in 50. Troll going into the Blink Dagger. Coming close. Climax is close, my friend. This is like the episode 12 of 13, you know? Like they're setting up the final fight right now.
They're hoping. Well, thankfully it's not filler.
Yeah, I hate filler.
Dire's courier has been
Dream
killed.
Coil used that line on the two of these heroes to hit control goal. The opposite needs to call down on top of it with the home missile going after Ame. They're not following this up. They've got the shackle. Look at the abyssal and the damage from Ame on the emo. They will take out the puck again. Gone for 50.
Can I ask you a question, Big? Coil for what? They were both full health the entire time.
Yeah. There was nothing to follow that up.
I can't follow that up. Troll standing there. He's like, come at me, bro. Come at me, Jack. Omni-slash me. Please do it.
Oh, no,
JT. Oh, he gets back. He's gone.
14. Gone. First hit. There it is. JT. He's gone. Also, Taka. Instead, they caught themselves Fly. Never mind. They've got the jug. They've got the shackle as well as the hex. They'll get the kill on a Fly. They've also swept Taka. Will chase. Will try to TP, but the abyssal's there. The kills come in, and LGD now lead 18k over IG. 24-12, 30 minutes in.
I mean, they just outplay them at every turn. Like, this is just the power of Shaman. Jack can't spin, Prophet can't BKB, Puck just gets caught by him. Big Q on this hero is such an absolute monster. Why have people forgiving it to him?
He really is a monster, this hero. I mean, we've seen it for the Chinese teams. The Shadow Shamans and the Lions just be prioritized by both teams, and the lockdown, the instant lockdown from the Shadow Shaman has proven to be too much time and time again.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What now? Level 25 for Troll. After the 10 for IG, thank you. Now they can't even stun him anymore. You get stunned by the Dream Coil, press R. You get stunned by the Rocket, press R. Gonna be really easy for him. Yep. All you gotta do. Just don't press it before you get stunned, because that's not how it works.
Going for the Swift Blink. $30,000 net worth. God, he's still keeping up with the 1K. 1K GPM.
Fortunately, it won't show up like that in the end screen. Because he got 4K of that gold gifted. Like, he's taken Alchemist's hard work and making it look like he did it all himself. But that's not the true story, B-Cop. The investor is Alchemist. And without him, Pro would never be this farm.
The returns must be good for Alchemist. He invested low. 14 people were shorting Troll, and well, now get where the price is. Troll really trying to just finish
bottom
this.
tower is under attack.
Now he built an entire empire based on that early investment.
Dire's bottom tower
Thank you, FaveBN, for making it happen. Just Troll wall of damage off of this Swift Link, ridiculous Swift Link, Rust Abyssal. I just want to see him blow someone up.
Are scanning.
You looking for the profit here. Kaka didn't go.
God, Dream Coil. That's thrown down, but he can still take the tower. Meanwhile, bottom, ooh, they've got the catch. They should be able to get the kill. It's a solo kill on a GT. This Troll is stunned up for a moment, and well, Beyond will stand in front. Take the aggression off of Ame as they'll look to get bottom instead of Rax. This backdoor hitting him. Looks like he should be likely to do so. Backdoor doesn't even mean anything. The door is kicked wide open. They get a blink forward, looking over for the gyrocopter. People trying to stop them in their tracks. They've got the arena down, but they're going to go back to GG. And LGD will even the series up at 1. A very easy, straightforward game for LGD.
Yeah, just from start to finish, IG, the drafts were very wonky and last week Prophet, I was not convinced. He didn't really get a chance to do anything this game. Draft win by PSG, and they also just massively outplayed IG at every turn of this game, making it look really easy. Like, arguably, even the harder stomp than level 1 game 1 was.
Yeah, and look at IG, they just look depleted after that
they look
game.
defeated,
it was such a good one. Yeah. It was very simple from LGD. Really just start to finish, everything went well for them, especially Faith Beyond's start. Faith Beyond, he read the Helping Friendly book, he helped out his team, and that led them to a victory. you know, the stocks pay out for this Alchemist. So they even it up at 1, and again we go to a lower bracket game 3, which is always exciting.
strategize against international opponents, but
a completely one-sided affair because Invictus Gaming, they just didn't show up. I expected them to have something in store and prepared for both the Troll and the Monkey King picks, and it didn't look that way. It didn't look like they were really prepared for the for the Troll in the second game. It just looked like they played their own style, their own game, which isn't usually what I see from IG. Usually they answer what you're picking together with having their full comfort zone. So.
Is it really common for teams to pick both Alchemist and Troll? Because I know that you've mentioned Troll is frequently picked in the Chinese DPC, but what about Troll and Alchemist together?
There are some picks here and there in the Chinese region, but it's not the favored, fabled Alchemist combination of Monkey plus Alchemist, in which Monkey just destroys you, or
Jug.
even the Jug. Yeah, it still looked really solid, but even in a game such as that one, you can't really say. Look, we can predict as much as we want, we can learn this game and draft as much as we want to. If you lose all 3 lanes, you lose the game. It's as simple as that. There is no comeback. On a level that's as high as this one, losing 3 lanes equals losing the game.
Yeah, I've been taught multiple aphorisms like that. I think Black also mentioned that if you have no stuns, you are very likely to lose the game as well. These are things that should be solved in your drafts early on, and I feel like the way that they drafted in the previous game, LGD could have won the lanes.
Just like everyone else, I jumped the chess wagon recently from all the hype and whatnot. Losing all 3 lanes is equivalent to playing without the queen from the get-go, or playing without any of the pawns from the start.
Well, that's, I mean, if LGD was going for a Scholar's Mate or something like that.
Yeah, if you're a god player, you're definitely going to win versus some pleb. But if the level is similar, that kind of a disadvantage means pretty much, yeah. That's it.
So Paris Saint-Germain, per the one Esports Fantasy Pick'ems, had 67%. Do you think in the last game that they really showed that they're deserving of that 67%?
Not that last game, but throughout the tournament, I do think that they are the favorites. They're coming from the upper bracket later, or rather they got dropped down to the lower bracket later than IG, and so that makes sense. They played more games throughout this entire tournament, so they have more experience. The gap that IG potentially had by topping the Chinese DPC doesn't seem like that big of a deal because there were so many Chinese teams here in the playoffs for this tournament, so even that doesn't matter that much for them. So I would have also favored LGD coming into this game, but
yep. And everyone says the story begins in the wildcards for PSG.LGD, but you need to remember that they were actually in the tiebreaker as well. So they were the tiebreaker regional team that went into the wildcard, then into the groups, then into the upper bracket, then into the lower bracket. They've had a long and possibly exhausting run to be where they are at the moment, but they also look like the team that learned the most coming from the Chinese region. I don't feel like Invictus Gaming have changed.
So what are we teaching them after this game? You think Troll's the problem? I think Alchemist was the problem. I think I would not be surprised if LGD let the Troll go through again.
I think Mars was the problem, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I think that probably and possibly was the biggest issue for Invictus Gaming, not only because they were playing against it with the puck that got pretty much handled on the mid lane, but because they couldn't find the right offlaner for themselves too.
Yeah.
Like I believe B-Cop said, Alchemist Fade Beyond 100% win rate, JT Nature's Prophet 44-45% win rate. Now it went down obviously after the loss.
So Invictus Gaming has had their roster has been together since late 2019, right? So they've had a lot of time to be familiar with each other. Paris Saint-Germain
Radiant team ban.
go, even though I was actually looking at the draft. Will be banned out.
So let me give you another one. 100% IO?
5 seconds
Yay!
remaining.
Okay, no, my question now is it Troll, is it Dead Prophet,
Puck,
or is it Timber or something different?
Mars.
Yep. So far it's been Dead Prophet. Let's see if they switched up.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Okay, it's respectable. I think PSG.LGD look their best when they have that Dead Prophet and they flex it from offlane to mid. And now as you have the first pick from Invictus Gaming, you can decide to scratch that Shadow Shaman idea or Lion idea and go for the Mars.
10 seconds
It's
remaining.
an option. Or even scratch the Puck and go for the Mars.
How impactful are these first
remaining.
picks for the team? Because
PSG.LGD.
a lot of times these players can flex the positions, but when a puck comes out,
Mars will come out too from PSG.LGD.
Radiant
I
team
really believe that.
Shadow Shaman.
Okay, Shadow Shaman first. They get a chance.
They get a chance. They can take the Mars away.
Troll, exactly. Troll or
Troll,
Mars.
yeah.
They get a chance here. If they, because one of these two will be picked by PSG.LGD for sure.
10 seconds
what if they
remaining.
let both go through? Then they could ban it out. They could.
Yeah,
ban
one
out
will be
of them.
one will be banned
5
out. Yeah, maybe they
seconds
have their
remaining.
own idea. Maybe they want Tusk once again. That first game, it's an option. Puck Tusk, Puck or something that breaks the Dream Call, also decent. Haven't seen them.
the
Haven't
Earth
seen.
Spirits.
Yeah, haven't seen them play too much Earth Spirit. It's Kaka Lion, Kaka Phoenix.
Oracle. You used to play a lot of Oracle at the beginning of this tournament.
Yeah, Oli plays a ton of Oracle. Usually
Yeah.
you leave it for the second phase or even last five. Okay, Timbersaw for JT. Yeah, I thought that it will be banned out a little bit earlier. I like the approach because you're securing JT's hero early.
How will that change up PSG.LGD's draft? You said Mars and Troll. Will
10
this affect
seconds.
that at all?
Radiant team ban.
No. They will still go with the Troll. This is definitely what we expect from PSG.LGD. However, let's think about it a little bit. Timber into Troll isn't that bad for Timber in the lane.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those lanes that you can win.
10
Obviously, if you
seconds
mess
remaining.
up heavily, anything can happen. We've seen that in game 2, but
5
on
seconds
paper
remaining.
you should have an advantage there.
PSG.LGD.
Secure
ban
this
to ban.
Timber with a couple of bans, and I think you're good to go if you're IG. They ban out the Mars, securing the Puck, which is weird. This is
weird.
Yeah, the way the meta has developed and the amount of change that we have witnessed in the last week
10
and in the last few
remaining.
months just proves how versatile this game is. You don't need to patch it all the
5
time. Teams
seconds
will find
remaining.
different solutions to different heroes, and you'll see different picks being first pick material.
PSG.LGD's
Yeah.
turn
Every
to
week.
ban.
Even depending on what region, you'll see
Radiant
the
team
weirdest things.
Razor, Morphling,
Can you explain this ban from IG that just came out?
Magnus?
Magnus, yes.
It's nothing to say.
Specialty?
Comfort. Yeah, it's his
okay.
specialty. It's comfort pick. It's also one of those heroes that's good versus Puck on the mid lane and also good
10
with Troll.
seconds
So
remaining.
just a lot of good things, a lot of positives coming from him.
5
Not really
seconds
something that
remaining.
you see played by anyone else,
Right.
but if it truly is their comfort zone, you wanna steer away from it.
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
I'm surprised they didn't ban the Alchemist.
They have Timber this time around. So maybe that's one of the reasons. Alchemist versus Timber can be really rough. It's not even about the lane itself. The lane itself is terrible,
10
but
seconds
later on
remaining.
you can just chase him with Timber. You have this hero that can stay on the
5
lane on
seconds
his
remaining.
own. So if Timber isn't chasing him, the supports can do the same thing.
So it seems like IG was banning mainly to secure their Puck, right? Especially with the Void Spirit. I know that you've mentioned that it Puck is fine in that lane, but why would they try so hard to focus on protecting Puck?
No, they're not. They're not truly. They're banning out heroes that are good for PSG.LGD and also might do well versus Puck in the mid lane. Void Spirit is not one of those.
Yeah, but the Mars and the map lane
For sure. Yeah.
add up.
PSG.LGD's
So how heavy do you want to go on
turn
magic
pick.
damage if you're LGD just to punish this first phase Timbersaw? Because Timbersaw is moving up the ranks. We used to see it be exclusively like a last pick, then it got bumped up to second phase, and now here we have it in first phase.
Yep. haven't seen the teams from SCA that like the Timber Saw way too much, but there were a few. Masarus, Fnatic T1, they all picked that Timber very early on, and okay.
That's a very targeted anti-Timber hero right there.
And not necessarily that much if he gets the stacks already. So
yeah,
it's
but
good.
It's more of this like the Timbers who are like, okay, cool, I did well in the lane. I'm just gonna stand between your tier 1 and tier 2 now. Yeah. Viper's like, no.
Yeah.
You go back to the lane like a normal person.
Like a normal player, get out of my lane.
Get out of the lane.
Yeah, I think what Viper really does more is punishes Puck in the mid lane. That can be a very one-sided affair as well. It can be pretty dominant for the Viper.
What makes Puck Viper so dominant?
Did you play against Viper?
That was ye old Viper. Viper these days is surprisingly skill dependent. It's not as just like keep Q on autocast, spit constantly.
Okay,
lane
now it's not on autocast. Now you actually have to press it. you move on the high ground and you just spam it. Viper and skill dependent heroes.
Still,
that's like the furthest apart.
The matchup is
okay.
Viper is a face roll hero. You just literally just mash on the keyboard and you'll probably do something useful.
Because Puck is a little bit stronger right now, but it's still, I think, heavily favored.
Yeah.
What's also nice about Viper is it prevents IG from picking some other heroes that also suffer from break mechanics. And there's a lot of cores that usually do suffer, because why are you a core? You have a pretty sick passive, right? Like your stats gain is nice and you have a sick passive, and that's what Viper deals well against.
Jug, I think, is okay, even though technically you can't crit, but you're not going to be in the Nether Toxin because you're going to be Swift Slashing and Omnic Slashing and Blade Furying around.
Okay, not a bad choice for IG.
Phantom.
They go with the Phantom line. Okay, a different approach. I'm not sure I like this way too much. You're picking PL not only into Viper but into Troll Warlord as well. Troll matchup is pretty fine for Troll. Viper matchup is... I really think you can itemize properly versus PL.
Yeah, but not. I mean, like PL can't really kill the Viper, but Viper also can't really kill the PL. You're both just kind of hitting each other, and like eventually someone else is gonna show up to the fight.
Radiant team ban.
So what roles are missing from
IG5, PSG.LGD, most likely off lane if we consider that Viper is mid. So you can see Lash banned out by IG. They're pretty much just protecting the PL. That's gonna be Lash, and that's going to be maybe Underlord, maybe what else is there that really deals well with PL?
The Void Spirit's already banned out. That would have been another choice.
It depends if they want to ban out off lanes or mids, right?
Right. Or they could do one of each. If they're looking at off lanes, yeah, I think an Underlord ban would be pretty value.
Do you think that them taking so long side is from not figuring it out?
Alchemist again. It's not truly that. They're trying to figure it out on the go.
Radiant team pick.
Very rarely do you, not very rarely, you do have drafts prepared, but sometimes in a game such as this one, you're thinking on the go. And
so, who is remaining for IG? Wisp out, Oracle out, Abaddon? Abaddon out.
10
they have that gyro option once again if they wanna.
They have a Wyvern.
If they wanna try it, there's a Wyvern.
That is true.
Sure, I wouldn't mind that too much. I haven't seen it played by Oli, but versus the Troll Warlord, it could be decent. Right now, if you're looking at IG, they could use a position 5 that's actually strong in the lane as well. Something that can, not necessarily what I thought, but actually very good. A good pickup.
What makes it a good pickup?
It's just the anti-Troll Warlord hero. Make sure you can shatter him when he gets into battle trance. A lot more, especially with a Lion also. You have so much burst damage. You can quickly bring this troll to critical HP.
5 seconds
and IG have shown that they're surprisingly good at coordinating with the Ice Blast, even though they don't have... I guess in that Mirana game they had like a ton of stun setup. They had the Mirana, they had the Lion, they had the Mars. This one, it's mainly going to be the Puck and the Lion set up front.
Actually, if you guys remember, 7 days ago when we started the major, I was saying that this Phantom Lancer is looking extremely...
we bookended the tournament.
Yeah, extremely strong in the Chinese region. However, we haven't seen it too many times. It's been picked like 3-4 times. It's
very, very situational.
Yeah, in the playoffs, at least.
It's been making a resurgence.
Last night, it was picked, obviously, but yeah, we'll see what IG can do on it. How Fly is going to fare with it.
Faith Beyond Hero. He has a...
Is Beastmaster bad? We've seen
it's
like
not, but
choose your hero.
Okay, Wind Ranger.
Wind Ranger is surprisingly good against Phantom. You can't get rid of the Focus Fire.
It's mid lane Wind Ranger as well.
Yeah, nothing to say, and it's gonna be Faith Beyond Viper.
Faith Beyond Viper. Oh,
Prepare for battle.
It's looking spicy. It's looking spicy.
Very much. Game number 3 between IG and LGD for a ticket. Go to the grand final. Go to the best of 5 against EG. We'll see who punches their ticket.
Or a ticket home.
This dance, yeah, a ticket home or a ticket to the grand finals.
Home, of course.
30 seconds
Yeah,
to battle.
it's interesting last pickup here from LGD. Ranger, who generally suffers quite a bit from Phantom Lancer in the mid-late game portions of the game. Unless you can really, you know, start the fight with a shackle shot on him and focus fire. Because if you can, how are you ever going to figure out who's the right one? That being said though, Troll is quite good against PL. But yeah, it's all gonna come down to how well does Troll and
The
PL
battle begins.
We'll see if Ame can have another successful game on that Troll. It's crazy how often the rule from Slacks always appears. Elimination games and win runners. How many times are we going to see the two just be intertwined together?
I love myself some Wind Ranger. Slacks is a Wind Ranger hater, I think, or is he a lover? I followed the
hater.
The hater, okay, Wind Ranger hater. I'm a big Wind Ranger fan. The hero offers quite a lot. It's a hard hero to pull off and play well, but when players do it, it just looks so damn good.
We saw a good Wind Ranger the other day, and it just wasn't enough. It ends up coming up short, and it feels like the Wind Ranger has a kind of history of coming up a little bit short.
Yeah, it's always this hero that owns really hard in the mid-early game, and sometimes in the late game still, but you just die so easily if you get caught out. Time.
No. So we'll have to see how that does up against the puck. Take a look here over bottom. We've got Faith_Beyond on this Viper, just trying to shut down Fly over in the top lane with JT on the Timber. We'll see how these lanes go. Is there any one lane that's really popping out at you? Something that you think that really pop off? Like last game, it was the Alchemist lane up against the Jug. Like which lane really looks like it can get out of control?
Top lane is Basal gets level 3. Getting like so-called for the troll and kill him. But yeah, mid lane shouldn't be a whole lot of action. Neither can really kill each other. Bottom. Nope, gonna be fine on the Shaman. Yeah, I don't think these lanes are the most eventful, to be honest. Like even bot lane, the Viper is gonna pressure the PL a little bit, but there shouldn't be any kills coming out of there. Early game doesn't look to be very kill heavy.
Might be a quiet game with a lot of farm to be had. Let's see. JT on this Timber. We've seen him successful. We've seen some Timbers that really get out of control. But up against this Viper, I'm not sure it'll continue to find that success as Kaka does spot Ame's Courier and get that last shot in. Take out the Trolls. Courier maybe pay for it with his life, but only Battery Assault. So there's no Battery Assault in Cogs. Kaka should be fine.
He also has no backup from the Troll. Just fine for himself. Basodo, level 3 already. Really when the lane becomes Troll. And level 5 is when the lane becomes playable for them.
Right now, leading the CS again is LGD. This is similar to game number 2 when all 3 lanes were going well for them. You've got Nothing to Say holding his own up against Emo on this puck, who's looking for redemption with this hero. That last game just did not go well for him.
Yeah, but they had really good answers last game. This game they still have answers, but not nearly as good as last game. He's having a better time for himself. Laning phase will also be easier because he's not countered. And Emo on the hero can do a lot. Bottom, a lot of stacks.
Yeah, the stacks are really starting to become a problem. They'll get first blood, they'll take out Ollie, but the return kill is there. Earth Spike for Kaka to finish off Faith_Beyond. It's first blood, but a trade you're not really happy in making. And they'll put some damage out onto the Shadow Shaman. They did get the rotation as JT. He said he's got that point where he could really feel comfortable and comfortable by himself.
Yeah, that's the power of Timbersaw. Your pulse 4 is free to do whatever you want. Gank middle, gank top, bottom. And it's just really easy with this Timbersaw. There's no danger at all of dying ever.
Could there be a point where maybe Faith_Beyond shows up towards top, or as I say that, Shackle again now onto the Phantom Lancer. They had the break on him with another Toxin down Fly into the trees and will escape the grasp of Faith_Beyond and the Q.
TL is one of the best heroes against Viper. You doppelganger, all the stacks of poison attack are gone. And in the mid game, of course, you don't really have good answers. No, Kaka.
Better if he knows.
Trying to come over with this Lion once again. It's really just spamming this hero. Showing the impact.
Dodge. Lion.
To hell and back again. He has continued to show up in just about every game.
Yeah, not gonna leave our sides anytime soon. One of these teams gonna make it to the grand finals, and they both love Shadow Shaman. And get used to it, guys. Get used to it.
Might see it in every game of the final.
GD, why now pulling the creeper away, just telling you how uncomfortable he is on the top lane. On that roll, another career kill for Kaka.
Yeah, and the Earth Spike. This is not going to be easy here for Innocence to get away because they've got coil available, and that's exactly what they'll use to lock down Innocence and get that kill onto the clockwork. He's gone, taken out again. This is just not the spot you want to be in. Shackle on the Fly. They've got the Hex, the damage in. Is enough to kill off Fly. He doesn't have the Doppelganger at the moment. Under the tower, getting run down. Fairy Fire burning away. And the toxicity from Faith_Beyond will take out Fly. the PL does go down, and Fabian can take over in this lane.
Batman. But yeah, it's a very important kill on FPL. He was getting quite a lot of fun. Now, he's in Struggle City, only sitting at 2.3k net worth. Not where you want to be FPL in this lane.
Structures are fortified.
He'll have to take a lot of space come mid-game here.
Is under
We'll
attack.
have to make all that space happen, as well as JT. They have the perfect heroes to do it, however, so I'm sure they'll be able to do it. No problem.
First spike lands on the clockwork again, but he's not really going in. Fabian has made that swap into the top lane. A big bunch of creeps to go and take here for him. Gotta make sure that allow the creep wave to really get denied out. They've got two heroes up top. JT going in, looking over at clockwork. We've got the cogs around him. They've got the heads on to JT. This is a problem now. Who's reorb over? They've got the Juke on the 3. Well placed, but not in time to save JT. Emo's over. The air spike misses. Something to say. He's also made the rotation. It's a 1-for-1 that benefits LGD.
Mid-range is one of the best heroes against Timbersaw in the game. They're still not done yet though. Imo's still lurking around. The tower denied.
Fabian hit by the air spike. Cold feet. He's gonna walk out. Just in time, actually.
I'm not sure what Clockwork did there previously. We saw him die there in the river. He pulled the creep wave away, allowing 3 creep waves to stack up, and the top tower just gone from full health. It was kind of like an Agent Y play there. helping out IG quite a bit here, because you should not be losing this tower this early.
The tower is gone. Now they're going to come over, find themselves. Kaka, though, they're right up on top. Power shot. Spike on it. We get the kill on the Kaka.
Gone. Good puck. Ame once again sitting up net worth very comfortably. Building into that Battle Fury once more. Heal is really gonna be starting to become a factor here. Maybe he'll go Diffusal Blade first, but probably gonna go into his Manta Skull that we see times. Yasha is also very popular.
See what he ends up choosing for his Battle Furies being built for Ame once again. Not going to have the luxury of that Ag's delivery coming in. No Alchemist on his team, so it's not the jump from like 5k net worth to 10k.
Dire are scanning.
It's a 3-man smoke, but they don't find Ame in the jungle. They place down vision, so they can maybe invade this triangle a little bit later down the line, especially if they put the pressure on bottom.
Dire's bottom tower is under
attack. Shadow Shaman. We'll get the kill here on GQ.
Kill. Viper. Should be alright. Wind Ranger picked up the Javelin. That means Timbersaw is a realistic kill. He doesn't have a hood yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
taking another tier 1. Mid tier 1 still stands, but top and bottom looking like they're gonna both fall. So another poison though. JT, a lot of damage being taken. Got the waiting rift, they'll hit the 2-man stuff from Kaka with the Dream Core coming down. They get the cut innocent. They look over at Faith Beyond. Should be a second with the cold feet going over and freezing over this fight. They get the kill though onto Ollie in return. It's a 2-for-1, but nothing to say. He's out of mana, trying to wing run out of harm's way. He's okay to do so.
Radiant's middle tower
took off half health.
Not really able to survive under the bow of this windrun.
Strong arms, of course.
Dire's bottom tower.
Q. Deckle. Power shot.
Oh, power shot doing so much damage. Look at that. Kaka dropping. They've got the chakra thrown over, trying to catch the Shadow Shot with the Bleeding Rift. They've got the silence to get the kill. They'll end up trading. Nothing to say, still standing by and actually stays with Emo, who jumps over the Ruby. Shackles doesn't attach to JT, but they've got the Viper Strike on the Timbersaw. They get the kill on Emo. Now they're going to be able to chase JT because he's so slowed up. They'll move forward if they can catch him from
he's stuck on the high ground?
He's probably dead, but the Timber Chain doesn't bring him onto the low ground, so he's stuck on the high ground, pushed to the low ground via the cogs, and JT, he'll get run down. LGD, they get a lot out of this, and they will continue to put up a lead.
Yeah, big misplay here from Emo and JT. Emo orbing in, trying to get the rune, putting himself in a position, just dive freely, and then JT with the miss, what's the name? Timber Chain, getting stuck onto the high ground. Like LGD was already ready to give up and run away, and then they noticed that he got stuck there.
Now once they turned around. maybe still a little bit flustered from game 2. I mean, this is, like you said, a ticket home or a ticket to the finals. Either way, we'll see them with a ticket stub in their hand.
Got hook shot. On the line.
Line in trouble. So Spike lands on 2, but the batteries off the damage, even though his Hex is enough to get the kill on Akaka. Once again, they've dropped down the Serpent Wards, and they should be able to take a tier 1 over mid.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
still have their
has
mid tier 1 standing, so this is big for LGD to open up the map a little bit more for them.
At least they do have the top tower in IG, and they still have their own bottom tower. For them, I'm sure with the next Shaman Wards, they're just going to take down that bottom tower
Radiant's
as well.
bottom tower is under attack.
So actually, it's every combination. You get hook shot.
Dire's top
It's
tower
a regeneration rune, Ice Blast coming through, and that'll fly over the clockwork to get the kill there on Innocent.
Nice
now coming around the back, look at that again. Nothing to say. Just has big damage out to kill off Ollie. Ollie can't survive against the Windrunner.
What's up with all the sprint frames that is turning? They're all popping off every time.
Yeah. It's a hero that's doing quite well.
Maybe Slex was wrong after all.
We'll have to see.
Radiant's middle tower is under
We're yet
attack.
to find our answer on whether or not Windranger can save this elimination game.
Roll, Battlefield completed now. Going into that raid boss. Palm up the storm. Going straight to the BKB next.
They've got the rod, and they have pulled the hook shot over onto JT. He'll timber chain away, but the damage coming in is just too much for him to handle. Face Beyond gets the kill, and they are now up 3,000 net worth already for the side of LGD.
Yeah, that's just the power of Viper. You get 5 stacks on with the poison attack. Your magic resistance is reduced by about 45%, and even a hero like Timber have to take down. Why? A blast miss.
Blast in.
Big stick.
Cogs, all right. But the Dream Coil's there, so that'll lock him up.
No shot. Stick not safe in there. Oh, still uncontested. Use a blade would really have to do a lot of work here for PL and IG.
I'm not sure it'll be enough.
Kaka going with 4-staff as well. They're just kind of lacking initiation until Puck gets his Flick Dagger, which will be in 800 gold. Say. Almost has BKB. Should be a very strong power spike for him. All the way from that.
Here I am.
Betos on to Emo. The thing that I'm noticing, if they're going to go to the 4-staff on Takaka, we usually expect him to have like an Aether Lens or a Blink Dagger where he feels like the initiator, the playmaker, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that with a 4-staff, which I expect him to use more defensively.
Definitely,
Radiant's
it's just
bottom
against the
tower
clockwork,
is under
because
attack.
if you get hooked, put into the cogs, and the Viper throws his Nether Toxin on top of you, it's basically just a poison pit, and it just takes way too much damage. So they need a tool against it. Of course, that makes a lot of sense, but as you said, it will be a big problem for his playmaking ability. It will be a lot lower than the last game. The game before that as well.
So it's not really where it's certainly like to be. Sentry ward down that can immediately deward that obs, but now that they know they have vision, you can expect they're trying to make aggressive play. You see OGD will try to set up. Shot in, Ice Blast out, that's on Innocence. They've got the finger as well as the kill. They get the kill on Innocence and now turn this around onto Kaka. It's a 1-for-1 trade. They do get a stack on the finger. They will trade those supports. And this is again just leaving Ame to do whatever he wants in terms of farming.
Radiant structures
But the Peer as well, completely free farming now. Use the blade, only 100 gold away. And we have seen yesterday against Secret, Livefly became an absolute beast after the diffuser was completed.
So, is that marker the marker we're looking at for Fly on this Phantom Lancer again, like the defusal, the heart timing, which it was mentioned as in the last game that he played this Phantom Lancer? Is it heart timing again for LGD, or do they have answers to that?
It always is hard timing for IG, but this time LGD has a Troll who is one of the best heroes against Sir. Once he has his BKB and he gets the perma route going on this DL, he's gonna be in big trouble.
There's the Diffusal Blade bounties being picked up. IG hook shot. That'll be thrown forward, and they've got the control down, but it's in a lot of trouble. Pops the BKB. He is so quickly dispatched, and now they're going to go after Faith Beyond. You see that Fly gets involved. The second he got the Diffusal Blade, he'll get the kill on the Faith Beyond, and they'll look over to take the tier 1 over mid. A big victory for IG on that.
Yep, defensive answer. Gets his Diffusal. Little bit of a mistake here by Nothing to Say. He has his BKB, but he has no wind run. A lot of physical damage coming out here from the IG side. Ame, careful.
Gets the kill on Ali though. The turnaround will be one for IG taking out Jinkyu.
What did you?
800 gold away from his BKB. That's really when he has a power spike, but they do have AA Blast this game against his Troll life leech, so that's why they picked it. So let's see if they can make the combo work though. It's not the easiest spell to hit on a hero with BKB.
No, not at all.
As you well know.
I do. I very much do. So we'll see now. It's Javelin BKB now going back into the Maelstrom. We'll see how Nothing to Say kind of goes on from this, because he's kind of falling behind Emo on this puck, who hasn't been explosive in this game, but he's certainly performing way better than the you know, game 2 when he was on this puck. I think he ended the game with
yeah, it's really just the lane. Like, if Puck has a decent lane, he usually dominates game. And when Puck gets shut down in the lane, like he did last game, he had absolutely nothing going for him. Struggling quite a bit. Why? Push away.
Chakram a little short.
At the end, now you can see they just have no ways to deal with this phantom lane. Sure, Troll is good against him, but what if he just runs past the Troll into the back line? How do they deal with him? That is exactly why they picked the Phantom Lancer. It's gonna be such a thorn in their eyes.
Eyes too. I mean, that would be really bad to deal with thorns in your eyes.
That would be very painful, yeah.
Thorns anywhere, I really.
Dire's middle tower.
Hook shot. And they're going to set up the cogs with the Hex. Ice Blast coming in, but they've got the Shackle with the Serpent Wards. It's locked down enough to get the kill here on Emo. I'll get an interesting spot as the Earth Spike is thrown over onto Innocence. They lock up that Clockwork for a second. They've got the Hex under the Shadow Shaman. Jinkyu again found a pretty cool spot as Innocence falls. The Fly finger used. Jinkyu gone. 2 heroes down the side of LGD. So 2 kills there for IG, but they Emo. And, well, the trade, I would say, definitely benefits IG a little bit with another stack on the finger, but you're losing your mid.
Yeah, never feels good to lose your mid, but at the same time, PL's still uncontested. It just feels like LGD, even though they're getting kills, they're never getting better ends of the trades just yet. I'm getting a little bit of trade. Anti-style completed on the PL. We're going to this hard next that we always see, but this time around he doesn't have St. Joshua for the 30% amplified experience, so the hard won't be as effective for this.
At least not yet, that's for sure. Troll with Battle Fury into the BKB going Sanjin Yasha next, Wind Ranger going Axe. Lotus Orb has been completed for JT. His farm has been stymied a little bit, slowed down, but so has Faith Beyond's. So they're about equivalent in terms of gold.
Illusion!
Oh no, Innocence. Spotted, Intercogs, Chakrano, get away from this. Emo right on top of this Clockwork, trying to run away, but the waiting rip from Emo will finish him off.
Is under attack. Dire are scanning.
What you were hoping for if you're Clockwork walking up those steps.
You can see LGD's up to big goal, but it doesn't really feel that way. Like they're playing very scared. Oh, but all the Troll is going to IG.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're putting the pressure on. These Serpent Wards haven't really locked down as much in terms of pushing in his towers. They've got the Dream Coil down on the Ame. He's silenced the waiting rip. Another Toxin right on top of this Troll to try and defend Ame as much as they can. Two Chain actually misses, and they could have gone on that. He's got the Lotus Orb. They'll go to the Focus Fire. They'll throw the Shackle that connects to the tree. They should have the control again. The Ice Blast is coming over, so it looks like IG want to fight this, or maybe push LGD away for a moment. I definitely think IG were thinking about it as they converged around LGD, but thought better of it as they back away after the Ice Blast did in fact land.
You can definitely tell nerfs are part of this game. Like JT, this is the second time Timber Chain killed him. very uncharacteristic. Usually he's spot on with those. But of course, high stakes. Natural to make mistakes.
A lead for LGD still holding, but it has been going down consistently through the last few minutes or so.
Yeah. The good thing LGD has going for them in PL, we'll see still another item. KB, the Bristol Blade will have to see, because these blinding axes from the troll are very effective. Usually, you need an MKB to really be able to fight, but they still have quite a bit of time.
Fuse doesn't land up face beyond, but they're gonna head towards top. For a second, they looked like they wanted to go top. They'll go through mid. Let's see if they can catch anybody over. Maybe looking at the triangle. It's Ollie in a good position to break the smoke, and they have no idea where that smoke was broken from.
I'm so confused. Like they saw the AA in vision. They just kind of looked at him, and they were unsmoked for a good 2 seconds. And then Armor was like pinging himself out. Oh guys, I got unsmoked. They did not go on the AA.
Slow reaction.
Is under attack.
And they were probably just focused on the triangle.
Yeah.
Well, smoke leading to nothing. Unfortunate.
Rune for the Windrunner. Oh, Windrunner going Boots of Travel. So we have the axe queued up. Now going Boots of Travel. If you like this pickup more, obviously they bring different things to the table, but he's close to the Boots of Travel and probably going to commit to it. Is that where you'd like to see gold be invested?
Personally, like the axe more, which makes virtually unkillable. Combination with the BKB make probably more sense, because right now you need all the fighting power you can get. Boots of Travel are good. Hold the map and pressure the map, but they're being the ones that are being pressured, right? Devils don't make a whole lot of sense anymore. Gotta upgrade your fighting power a bit.
Being built here for Faith Beyond. See if he commits to the Boots Travel. I'd be interested to see if maybe he switches at the last second if he's got the gold and they're not really clashing.
See it now. The gold and
Dire are scanning.
He's gonna commit this.
Alright. Now you got Kaka going back for that Blink Dagger. So yeah, he picks up the Force Staff, going to the Blink Dagger. He's got a lot of space to work with, getting a lot of gold. He's actually the top farm support at the moment. So we'll see Kaka pick up that Blink and be able to be that initiator, be that playmaker that we've seen him on this hero as so many times before. Coil used, but the Illusion Rune gets popped. Not going to help you out. Windrunner trying to land the Shackle. Nemo, though, on the run. Not a lot of matter to work with. He does have help from JT and Fly over to the sides, waiting in the wait to jump. So,
under attack.
Well done by Nothing to Say not to really commit for that, because that could have been trouble.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Wait very well. Kaka's hill.
Dire's top tower is under
They're just
attack.
going to be trading the two towers here.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Quite timid.
Radiant's
Just
bottom
fine
tower
sitting back, farming up the carries, farming up the mid laners.
Who does that benefit the most?
It's always tough to say. Like Phantom Lancer Troll is a matchup where if Troll can find the right PL, he can easily take him down in the late game. But it's gonna be so hard to find that right PL. If he kills your backline, then the Troll can't win this game alone, obviously. Kite it quite a bit. PL now finish the hard. This is where you go to struggle city as PSG.LGD here.
Careful. Clockwork going for the shard, trying to use that jetpack.
Pack.
I don't know if it's a meme as much anymore. It feels like Clockworks love this item.
They do. It still just doesn't look like it belongs to Dota, the way like he moves and everything, you know what I mean? Like a flight simulator.
In the air. It's like those people who use those water jetpacks, and they don't know really how to control it.
Yeah, exactly. You go, whoa, whoa, and somehow he ends up not dying from it or exploding, but yeah, it looks really uncomfortable.
See if the jetpack works out once he gets it. Got Daedalus being built next for the Wind Ranger, Nothing to Say. Soon to that shard, so items, if they've got enough time, they can make it happen here for LGD, but You could sense the presence for IG at the moment. Oh, hook shot missing, and now Zurn picked up by Emo.
Yeah, no power hook this time. Asher picked up by Troll, and yeah, still just fine. Farming.
But this is what happens in elimination games, right?
Sure.
You
Both
find
teams,
yourself being a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're afraid of committing a big mistake. Like, if you lose your Phantom Lancer or a Troll in a questionable way, this game can just... Puck also itemizing into Lincoln Sphere. You see Emo? Usually he would go like Dagon 5 E-Blade, but it's 1-1. Elimination on the line, he goes for a Lincoln Sphere. Love to see the change in mindset. 5-man smoke. The high ground.
High ground.
Boom, there it goes.
Will be the one who breaks the smoke, uses that rocket flare, scouts him out. Awkward, who throws down the cogs, is actually going to push over Emo, who's going to have his linkage broken. Circle Warriors are on the funnel spot of the stairs. They'll use the 50-finger. They'll look over to get the kill on Anderson. So they'll take that one. He's going to buy back immediately. They're looking over his face. Got turned over. The Ice Blast coming in, and
huge
that
Ice
will
Blast.
land. Shackle, I think, bounce back and hit up in the day and taps up to his tree. Regardless of the Shackle that's landing onto the Phantom Lancer. We're looking at the Ghost Batter being used here by Ame. They've got the Lotus Orb on him, but it's not going to help him. Fly is gone. We'll look over at JT. They have walked up his timber. He's got something to do here except rattle around as the battery assault hits him, rattles the cage, and will take out JT.
And that breaks Roshan wide open. I told you this matchup can go very one-sided. PL gets caught up without Manta Cell, gets rooted, gets bashed, commits BKB ult on Troll, and there's just no getting out of there. Once you're permanently rooted, you're done. You're absolutely done.
So let's watch. Emo initially gets that Lincoln's broken, and Faith moves in. There's a shackle for a second, but let's see, nothing to say. Yeah, shackles himself to the tree. Out the Lotus Orb on the last second. Hold on, Kaka getting killed. Got the ages to the hands of Ame.
Yeah. And now,
Radiant's top
3K
tower
gold lead.
is under attack.
Wall PSG.LGD.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Really, you know, holding on with the victory there in that fight over mid. The game was starting to slip, and Fly finds himself getting perma lockdown and was unable to do anything.
It have to buy, we're gonna do the ports though. So those are now prime targets. You kill the clock, you kill the shaman, they're gonna be out of the fight for 70, and it gives IG really a very good chance of just fighting without, because without the shaman and clockwork, there's no one to lock targets down.
And it's
Yeah, you just have to rely on a shackle connecting, and that is not something that you want to have your only hopes of lockdown be on.
I mean, Troll will have to discipline the next power fight.
They've caught the clockwork, finger you, down goes Innocence, dead for 70.
Very aggressive posture here for clockwork. Maybe he just was like, yeah, kill me now, so next time I respawn, I'm not going to be dead for 70 at least. 5-head Galaxy Rain kind of play. Warlord. Like, completed.
Why is that extra bit of lockdown?
Puck already has a counter. Except the Lincoln Sphere.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
Phantom Lancer actually went to a Ghost Scepter after that last engage.
Fortune's changed.
Oh, Kama. Yeah, lagging, apparently.
See who can fight through it.
A prize.
Ah, they both can.
Here's the Abyssal Blade.
Troll Ward is a right clicker. Phantom Lancer is a right clicker. They're both gonna be just fine. A clicking it. Fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Game moves in slow-mo, you can pull off your abilities better.
If both teams were not allowed to use spells, like all 5 heroes just A-click down the mid lane, who would win?
I don't know. I don't want to guess.
Oh, we can call, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I go back to the Troll.
Well, if it's only just the PL and the troll?
No, all 5 heroes. And I'm saying troll because he has the Bishop Blade, which blocks 100 physical damage from all the PL illusions, basically, practically making him invulnerable. Those illusions, tickle him, they'll do nothing.
4-man smoke from LGD. Too close to IG at the moment, who are deep on their own side of the map.
Dyer's bottom
LTP
tower
back
is
to
under
base, so
attack.
he is going for that Dagon 5 now.
Makes no sense.
Operation, yeah, Operation Blap Blap with the Lion, Finger Dagon. Boom. See you later.
Finger Dagon plus Ice Vortex. There's a lot of potential magic burst coming out. But Troll Warlord now has level 25 strong Battle Trance strong dispel. Spell stuns. Not Hexes though. If he gets Hex, he's in trouble.
For Troll. Got that level 20 talent there for the Windrunner. So he's picked up the Maelstrom on the Troll. They've got the Psychic Heaven on the Timber. Look, he's up 4k over this Phantom Lancer. Ame just out-farming Wi-Fi massively.
Yeah, and they're not really using the Aegis to fight. Like in game, there was one fight in the last 6 minutes. Now it's back just farming again. Although they have an Aegis and a very strong Troll. I think LGD is being a little bit too timid here. His Aegis is gonna run out without using it.
Unfortunate, but it still gets them towards their next items. We'll see though if that ends up being enough, because while yeah, it does get LGD to their next items, the open space for IG, it does the same for them. And between these next items, that fight that was very close over near the tier 2 tower mid on the LGD side, but this could be
Radiant are
a tough
scanning.
one coming out without an Aegis now in 20 seconds.
If they catch the Troll here, it could just work out perfectly for them. The other way. Oh.
They're gonna look over, they've got the Finger, and there's the kill on the Innocence immediately. He's dead for 43 seconds. They found their attention on Ame.
5 seconds.
The Chakram lands, and Aegis will expire without it being used in a fight.
Block is to land once more. Now that Finger stack. Now, where does that leave us? Both teams back to farming. You can just really see how different they are in this game compared to the other teams.
Yeah, very timid. Very timid.
Roll on a good pace. If he goes all in, will keep the buyback.
I would expect him to go all in. I think that's Ame's style.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
always has been, but also sacrificed by the past.
That is true. Abyssal almost finished here for the Phantom Lancer.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Abyssal necessarily, because it still, you can't kill the Wind Ranger, you can't kill the Troll. They will have to just cut the backline, kill the Viper, Shaman, and World Clockwork. Going in, picking out.
Fusel used just as he blinks away, so he'll walk away from a distance, but still pretty slow. Not going to matter. They can't catch up to him. They are going to look for the fight, though. They are smoked up. They'll look over mid. They'll use that Dream Coil. They've got the Ice Blast coming over, and that should get onto the Shadow Shot. He just sidesteps it. So the stun out after the Windrunner. The Phantom Lancer trying to fight, man. Fight over on Ame. They've got the BKB Popeye. Nothing to say. They're going for Kaka. He's going to chase this line. Get the kills now. Dominating. They finish off a trade, though, on Jinju, who is slow to start the fight. Flamethrower. Is it enough? They're from JT. He's all by himself. He'll Timber Chain into some distance, trying to TP out, and will be successful. It's a 2-for-1 as they lose both their supports on IG. There's a fight that they took. Ooh, nothing to say. Spots Emo.
He canceled the blink.
Yeah, he canceled the blink, but they don't follow it up.
He has to be so
This
careful
is
on the scroll.
Yeah.
I've just seen him fight the Phantom Lancer, and he ran out of mana in like 2 seconds. He doesn't have mana for Battle Trance if he gets burned too much. Really turned his fight around. In the favor of IG.
He needs to be very careful about how he approaches these fights.
Yeah. Like, he's not the smartest hero to control, only sitting at 1 imp per level, right click people, but yeah, 500 max mana at level 26, that's kind of ridiculous.
Like, it really is nothing. He's going to Axe now. shackling himself once more. Nothing to say. Needs to really be careful with that Lotus Orb. Throwing the shackle shot out, and then it bounces. Luckily, he didn't attach himself to a tree because he would have been dead.
Yeah, it happened a couple of times already. Right on that one. And even though they had this Aegis fight, or not Aegis fight, they had this Aegis, you know, the gold lead is dwindling more and more in IG's favor. We're now kind of swallowing up the map.
Lancer forward this right near the tier 2 tower. They are looking to jump again in the same spot for IG. Game taking even 37 minutes in.
Middle tower is under attack.
This one hanging on an edge.
Roshan will respawn in 1 minute 40 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
LGD should be very aware of that because they do have a lot of front.
Just getting upgraded and gonna feel really strong.
It's looking
that was such a good
Radiant's
step for you,
bottom tower
Peacock.
is under attack.
Sometimes I just can't knock him down, dude.
You know they have a clock on their team, Peacock.
Right twice a day, though. First spike comes in. Ronovatos will shackle being used. The ice bus is going to come over to the clock. They've got the damage coming in for nothing to say. The rip of Kaka and Ollie immediately. Hook shot was used with the jetpack away, and both supports are gone. However, fits into Roche is up.
Feels like every fight is the same way. Both supports die, IG runs out with all 3 cores, and LGD is just happy sitting back and farming up some more.
Radiant's
you can't farm that much more anymore though. Troll is 6 slotted pretty much.
Yeah, we'd have to think about what he can exchange, right? Going ag and probably turn it into a blessing and then go switch, but that's like a long ways out. Dream Coil's gonna give enough time for IG to potentially close the gap, but they don't want to go for it.
Nah, they just wanted to bait potentially BKB here, but Armin keeping his cool, not falling for the bait. And who needs boots when they have spider legs?
Radiant's top tower is under
One
attack.
of the best items in the game at the tier 3. Now the tier 4 items are online. We'll have to see if this Puck finds a spell prism. Be the best pickup for him, potentially. Timeless Relic would be very good too.
I think Timeless Relic would probably be one of the best ones there for IG.
Yeah. I mean, if IG gets both, then Lion and Puck are good.
You gonna buy out on that X?
It is so risky. If he does.
Yeah, he did.
He has no buyback now. This might be the game deciding fight. Buy?
Yeah.
Break the smoke.
This could be a big fight for IG on the fact that they're on the opposite side of the map. They're near the objective. They've got the Hex to look over. They're going to catch Fly. They've got the shackle that moves over the bottom. They've stunned up the Windrunner, though. They get the kill over on a GQ. They've taken out one. He doesn't have buyback for 2 seconds with the Earthquake hitting on the clockwork. Now, starting to put the pressure on the side of LGD. They've got the fight for strike. They're going to go to GQ. He's going to silence up the Troll. Troll trying to do all he can. He goes into the Bow Trans. And now he's going to fight this Phantom Lancer. They've got the shackle. Isn't enough. The damage coming in. He's got the laser. Will he survive? He goes into the Doppelganger trying to run away. The illusion is going to be enough for him. It's looking likely that he can turn this around because Nami's going to fall. Nothing to say. Trying to salvage the fight. Yule's over. The shackle doesn't connect anything, but he's got the damage to take out Fly. Jet back into the air. They don't have buyback on Nami. He's going to be dead for 95 seconds. They'll take out Kaka. That's going to be another one down to the side of IG. Both these heroes have buyback on the side of IG, so let's see if they use it as they'll chase JT. Nothing to say. Salvages the fight, and they will commit the buyback. Phantom Lancer will buy back. I think they're recognizing the fact that Cole doesn't have his own buyback. They'll use the hook shot. They're right on top of JT, and they'll get the kill onto this Timber. But right on in is Emo. He's going to boots travel and look over at Innocence, whose jetpack runs out of fuel. Emo waiting rip. Don't think he saw him. Silent? Hiding? No way.
Standing there in the
jetpack.
trees.
I accept this offering.
It's not a meme
Runs out of fuel and saves him.
They need to get this Roshan though. They have 50 seconds to get this Roshan. They can the buyback for it. And this fight was so unfortunate for the Troll. His own Shadow Shaman trapped him inside the wards. He was stuck there for a good 12 seconds. He had to wait for his spider leg to come off cooldown. His entire BKB duration wasted. And they can't get the Roshan. There was a buyback
No,
committed.
they didn't get Roche. Oh dear, that's real bad for IG. They committed the buyback, which will... What? what's going through their mind that they use that buyback on Fly?
I am not entirely sure. He bought back. He was kind of chasing a clockwork together with his puck, but nothing really came of it. They tested Roshan a little bit here, gave him a right-left jab combination, but not enough damage to take him down at all. Now he's not working with buyback anymore. And Troll still has his. Granted, he doesn't have the money. He can farm it up real quick.
Let's see. 7K lead. Who will get the next Aegis?
Aegis is so game deciding here. You just see how fast PL can drop once this focus fire is really onto the real PL. Very scary.
And it looked like they had the opportunity to take that fight and they took the control, but nothing to say. He kind of goes off, and we saw the power of this Wind Ranger not only in that fight, but we've seen it before in other matchups. You know, specifically the Neon matchup where Yopaj was doing so much damage, just got a little unlucky. And the passion and the axe that he threw on Spirit Breaker immediately into the finger with Waiting Ring leading up the Troll as well as the Viper. They've got the dagger, they'll have the Ice Blast, they get the going to Fate Beyond. He's got 5 back in for 85 seconds. They're not flashing it, so he won't use it immediately. He does have a tier 2 to TP to, but let's see it. This might be the opportunity that IG need to go after Roche.
Symphony of skills there. Just blasting him from long distance, nobody really committing, and I'm surprised they had this much damage. I guess Puck now, E-Blade, Dagon 5 completed, he's gonna be an absolute monster in the team fight. They don't have the means to lock him down. They can kill PL maybe, but his Puck is gonna be huge as well.
They're looking for more, they're trying to wrap. They won't find anybody. Ame, those spider legs definitely help in eluding the other team as well. Like, yeah, you could replace your boots, but just being able to go over the cliff and get out of the harm's way very quickly like that. Quite nice. They got the Hex, they have the control, they use the hook shot, have the circle boards around him to get the kill. Attacker, they're taking out the line really quickly with the Waiting Ring getting out of the Shadow Shot as well as the Troll for silence up for a moment. He's starting to retreat on GQ. They did use the buyback. They get the kill on Ollie's going to be dead for 53. He's got buyback as well. And these heroes on IG retreat as it doesn't go right for them. OGD, they put the pressure on and they push them away.
Viper had with the buyback go, but so did Kaka. If Kaka goes down once more, he is the main lockdown for this IG side here. If they can rid themselves of that pass, it's going to be very hard to lock down.
By going Butterfly next.
This game is so intense, both sides. LGD now running into the pit. Roll, no buyback, it's 1,000 gold. Pit, gonna die real fast. Puck is strong here.
Rift, Dream Quill, that lands on 2. The Earth Spike that followed it up did not land on either of those heroes. The BKB's already been committed from Ame, so he's gonna need to retreat. That's leaving Roche at half health.
Oh no, this might be a huge mistake here by LGD. How are they gonna fight now without BKB on Troll?
Might have to just take a gamble. Got the rocket flare that's getting some vision. They need the timing, they need the lineup for him to go in with a hook shot. When the timing's right, and he's throwing the hook shot to use the jetpack. He's caught out. Figure no buyback. Kaka with another kill. Does not have buyback. He's gone for 100, and it's looking like OG. We just need to give up this Roche. Something that we're going to take it.
And it was a questionable decision to begin with. They're ready to jump in perhaps.
Oh, nothing to say. He wants to go for it. They're going to try and get Roche. Oh, get down. He just picked up my fly. He's going to go over the GT. They've got the Edmonds coming out of the Trolls. He went roll back. You know, Auto's got for 99 seconds without buyback. IG might have just taken this game away from the hands of OGD. And they've got nothing to say. They'll get the kill. Down he goes. 4 heroes down to the side of OGD. IG lose nothing. Oh my, nothing to say. Took a gamble and he will lose it all to the house.
When LGD just completely losing their cool over that Roshan. First they bring it to half health, and all the BKBs to run out, then Clockwork dies without buyback, and then they all run to the pit to steal the Aegis. Would have been a much better call to just sit back, wait for your BKBs, and just defend your high ground. Sure, it sucks that the enemy got Roshan, but he might have potentially just lost this game.
A full minute without this troll. He's 780 gold short of buyback. This is at least a rack, so we'll see how much IG are willing to go for. They have been playing conservative, so you gotta wonder how much they're willing to try and take.
At least one side, possibly 1.5. We do see here. Their building damage is not the highest, to be honest. Phantom Blender doesn't have most of the damage here. top.
Rain tracks to follow.
Dire's middle barracks is falling.
10k shifting gold lead as it goes 3k over to IG.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Medirex. Trouble.
Wow.
It would have been turnaround. They're not gonna make it in time.
The toxin down. Not sure they're gonna be willing to fight, but they got the move on the channel from the god. The silence off of the toxin is gonna bring Ame in. They're trying to make something happen, but they've already lost Jinju. Jinju's gone for a long time as they'll go out on Kaka. Kaka will fall, but he gets a finger out before he dies his ult. An Earth Spike. Hook shot comes in. Innocent's gone. 2 years on the side of LGD. They're trying to defend, but it's not defending well. They'll have to back up, and this Rax is gone.
Armor, no BKB now. And we said it, the real problem now might just be the puck. Defense Mentor definitely is a problem, but how do you deal with this puck? You just can't kill him. You don't have the spells to kill him. You don't have the disables to lock him down.
Looking like a big challenge now for LG.
Hero in the game. Just being elusive as... What's really elusive in real life, Nico?
Octopus.
Tiger. Octopus, sure.
Double damage.
As elusive as an octopus. With that spell prism, eventually gonna go into the Octarine core, I'm sure. Phase shift will have like a 0.2 seconds downtime. It will be an incredibly hard path. Evil popping off at game 3.
Yeah, he really is, and we haven't really felt that presence in game 2, but now here in game 3, it is time for him to shine. Want to count LGD out of it just yet. They do have an opportunity to still make this work out. They're almost level 30 on the Troll. They've got 25 on the Windrunner and almost 25 on the Viper. The same could be said
Dire's
for
bottom tower is under attack.
IG, but they've got 28, 27, and 24. Timber's about to be 25 as well.
But 25 won't attack this game. Very big for them.
Massive.
Like, Troll, the 3-second Troll can never really find his footing in the fight. Like, he's just getting disabled from range, has to use BKB very early into the fight. And post BKB, how do you fight? Sure, you have Battle Friends, they have A ult, they have lots of stuns, lots of ways to block it. No.
Let's see.
Troll native.
And they defend.
Still up there.
They'll use the gold play. That comes down to Ame. They've got the silence as well as the Hex. They'll use the finger. They've got the Dream Core. They're going to drop down all these guys. The Ice Blast lances are going to be dead. They'll have 5x. Have a second chance here with Ame. Loaded sword on the Timber. JT trying to get out with the hook shot as he tries the Timber chain away. Well timed by Innocence. JT falls. Kaka's dead without buyback. He did use the Troll buyback. That's not awful for LGD, all things considered.
It's pretty awful because your winning condition doesn't have buyback. Did you see how he died there? Huck blinked in, E-Blade, taken A blast, gone. It's just so easy for them. They can just do it again. Like, how
really
can Armor comfortably stay in the front lines now after experiencing that? Must be like a nightmare come true.
And he's not really even standing in the front. He was behind his own racks. I mean, he's getting blown up from a distance.
Regeneration.
He's just so good at that. Ice Blast, E-Blade, Hex, Lion Finger. There's just so much damage potential. It's insane. And as you said, it's all from a mega long range.
Just have like 10 attacks at this point on that finger.
No, only 6.
Feels like 10.
Lion Finger plus E-Blade. Silly combination.
Yeah. And they're timing that right, it seems like. Every time that he does throw that finger out, the E-Blade timing with it has been on point.
And to be honest, I don't know what the Troll can really itemize for. Negate that. Sure, you can go A on this, then you're taking up a very precious slot, and it's on like a 2-minute cooldown. Whereas E-Blade Dagon, what's the cooldown on that? 16.4 seconds, 12 seconds. It just makes no sense to buy A on this.
would it have to be you relying on maybe somebody else to pick up like a Lotus Orb or a Linken's to place on you?
Linken's for sure. Lotus Orb isn't gonna help that much, but his teammates will definitely need a Link. Possibly even a Pipe or something, or maybe Glimmer Cape it much faster because they do have a couple of Glimmers. But I think nothing to say. We'll have to focus this Link Tree here on the troll every time. Q, he's running out of the base. Right.
Way far out. He's already caught. So far away from the base, and he was gone. He does have buyback. And I don't know what he's doing there, but he gets killed. Dream Coil used. They've got the waiting grip. They're going to go after this Viper. Viper in some trouble. The Dream Coil will not be enough lockdown to get the kill here. 2 catapults to invade the base. They've got creeps coming through mid. LGD need to clean up, and they did commit the buyback on just the poke and prod from LGD.
Now smoked up. Yep, Ninja Gear, Q. Look for a kill here. They do have a vet. And you can observe what's scouting out the Radiant side here. Everyone's smoked up. It's go time.
They're going to try and go. They might be able to find Fly. They're right on him.
On the field.
Do they have it? He's out! He's too far! He's gone! Oh no! Fly, 2 minutes! He's got buyback, but that is a big kill. If they can force his buyback, that is a win condition for LGD. They'll look over at the Ancient Apparition while they'll also find the Lion. Can he get the kill here? He's used that Ghost Scepter. Ali dies, Kaka falls. They all have buyback. JT trying to keep out. LG found a way to get 4 kills and clean up the side of IG. Oh my!
Fortunately for IG though, Roshan not respawning for another 2 minutes, so LGD won't pick that up, and they should all be able to respawn here. On the IG side, we'll see if Ame can potentially take down a Rex here before they respawn. Very long timer.
Buybacks aren't getting forced, which is something that would really help them out and really alleviate
They have
pressure.
to force it. They know Roshan's not up, they need to force the buybacks, but Puck is pushing in all the lanes, he's so obnoxious. What do you do about him?
Is under attack.
Can't just let this base get pushed in. They need to find a way to get a buyback force. They still have 50 seconds without the Phantom Lance, so they have time to do this. They have time to push through mid, but they need to be careful. They've got the tier 2. That's going to go down relatively quick. Just nothing to say working on it right now. Z. Pop is disarmed for a moment with that new blade, but they've got the tower gone. 40 seconds without the Phantom Lancer. Will he hold buyback? They've got a 2 racks advantage. I'm not sure he's going to even use buyback if they go after the set of racks on mid.
Stroll does not have buyback. If they like surprise buyback here and kill the Stroll, the game is all over for LGD, and they know that. They're getting bullied out by a single Puck because of the fear of buybacks, man. Oh, that feels so bad. Puck sitting at 10,000 gold, by the way. Wow. It's like an investment banker at this point.
Going Ag's Blessing.
Yeah. So good. They didn't even have the best tool yet against all the BKBs coming out from the Dire. Now they do. Now the fight is just going to get that much harder. Roll buyback up in 2 minutes. That's what they're waiting for.
That's a hex. That's big.
It is. Glepnir though cannot trigger the Lincoln Sphere anymore. They will have to find another way to do that.
Triangle, they're smoked up. Nearby. They're in the Roche. Oh, Emo! Spots them. Dream Coil used, and that's with the Ag. An early Dream Coil. Now they're going to go in. They've got the finger as well as the Air Spike coming in. And the Ice Blast lines under the Viper as well as the Troll. They're going to try and run away the Viper. The Dream Coil finally not there on him. With BKB popping, nothing to say. They need to find their attention on the right here as the Phantom Lance is into the back line. They're getting caught beyond it. They've got the Jackal as well as the Silence is going to stop these Shackles from holding down Fly, but the damage coming in. They've got enough to get the kill. He's got buyback with 3 heroes on the side of LGD, and I'm not sure Ame can continue to withstand the onslaught that's coming in from IG. They look over, they've got the tag, and they'll get the kill. He's gone for 2 minutes. They'll take out the Ancient Apparition. It's just nothing to say here up against the world. IG are chasing. They're looking to get the kill. They've silenced them up, but they can't control them enough. Oh, wow, a big fight for IG, a long time without Ame, and the creeps are pushing in through mid. It should be Roche, Aegis, everything there for IG, and another chance to finish off this series and go to the grand final.
Dice throwing the Roshan here while the rest of the team smoked up. Potentially looking for a couple more pickups here. This Roshan will at least allow Ame to come back into this game with a buyback. They'll do that in 1 minute. Massive win, and this PL is just so survivable. They have to throw their entire load on him. And from BKB has the top Battlefront, and he just has nothing left after that. Kaka, actually looking for the clockwork here. Clockwork dies, he has no buyback.
Fire for Phantom Lancer. And they're already putting the creeps in. They're letting Phantom Lancer take the Roche by himself.
Dire's middle tower.
He's not hitting it anymore. Hey, fly! He just took the buyback, not hitting it.
So now they've got the creeps pushed in.
Under attack.
The courier!
Phantom Lancer axe. Oh, he took it himself. We have never seen a Phantom Lancer axe yet. See if we can put in some work. For those people that don't know what it does, it gives your ultimate an active that just spawns as many illusions as possible with an increased duration on all of them. It's pretty effective because they don't have good illusion clear at all. Armor up in 20, buyback available as well.
If he can hold the buyback, that would probably be best for LGD.
Can he though?
Are they willing to go up against Megas?
Looks like they are. Right back here. Seconds left.
Glyph, alright, that's going to be enough time. So now they'll have 2 lives on the troll. The question is it going to matter?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Only down 7k, all things considered, but the net worth doesn't matter at this point. It's all just chaos, and we're soon into the tier 5.
We're now back into enemy territory with the Phantom Lancer axe. Kakabundi Shuyutsu.
Trying to come through with Jujutsu and win this down. They're going to get the Hex. Put his orb on him. We're stabbed away. Alright, that works out for IG. Hex on cooldown, going back, looking for the racks once again. Rest, reset, and hope once more.
Here, 5 items in minutes.
Oh, the damage come out immediately onto the troll, looking with that Dagon as well as the Waiting Grip silences this damage. The puck has just been too much for them to handle. They're good for the collect here. The Manta gets popped. Broken on the Nether Toxin. He's looking for his opportunity to jump it, but they've got the Hex behind the Hex coming through. It looks like they're going to get the kill to the Clockwork with a finger. And on this one, they'll get their attention. Oh, the Emo! They got a kill on the pump! They take it him out. He's going to buy back immediately. Now they'll go for JC. He's going to man the front line. Try to do something here. He looks over at Ame. He's got one of the flamethrower. Emo's back into the fight. Right home, but they get the battle trans off. They got the stun for BKB pop. Looking over at the struggle. Throws the shackle shot with the low sword. Bounces off back over on the Windrunner. So not going to take he's in the back off for a second with Troll trying to survive this, but he's getting close. He's going to freeze over to the cold. He'll end up dying. He gets that buyback as well. So we buy back. But you've got yourself Innocence who's out of the fight. 95 seconds without buyback. They'll look over as JT will Timber Chain away, and I think this gives them an opportunity to go towards tier 5s.
Still cheese on Phantom Lancer, now used, back to full health. Age is still online. Emo has to be a little bit careful here. Instead, it's going to be a 4v5 fight if they choose to fight this. Here, 5 items in 30 seconds. They want to go Mega Creeps.
They want to go Megas. They want to at least have that locked down. They've got Fly manning the front lines. We've seen how quickly they can blow up these heals with the Ice Blast, as well as the Dagon and the finger combinations coming through. This is tough. Don't go all reflecting. Fight coming in. There's the finger. There's the kill. Phaetheon is gone, but so is Kaka. They both have buyback. They're going to be back into the fight immediately. JT's going to deal with that Ghost Scepter, and now he needs to worry about how far he's going in. He's going to Timber Chain all the way to the back of this base, and he's in too far. He's Timber Chain too deep. He's going to be dead again. They've got themselves Megas, so all that sacrifice just to get Megas. They look over and up at the same taking a lot of damage. The no fire comes in. He's going to get up and kill him enough. They can say they've got a Hex coming out of the Phantom Lancer. They've done the fucking fire use out of the Phantom Lancer as well. Fly is trying to turn this around. He'll go after him with the invincible. They've done the Earthquake getting up to the Shadow Shuttle, but they've done the damage coming out of the Fly with the no fire on him. He gets the Doppelganger out of the high ground. They look to the back. They've got